so fancy.
Welcome.
Yes, hello. Who's here? We can't see.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah.
We're coming in hot here today.
Yeah. Well, if you're not a patron, you didn't see us getting these stunning looks on. So.
Hey, Holly.
Hey, Leslie.
And we would be dead.
Slutty dead.
Yes. We would be owners of a...
You're the owner of the whorehouse.
I am the owner of the whorehouse.
Obviously, I just work there.
Of a brothel?
Yes.
This is a legit business?
Establishment?
Yes.
I'm sorry, Mother.
Yes. Behave, child.
She's gonna slap me later. Oh, I think maybe this is my everyday look.
I
what
like
do you guys
it.
think? Is anybody there? How do I even...
Hold on, I'm getting it.
Okay. Is there a way I can get it on my phone?
Well, you can see it on mine.
Okay. Because I want to be able to talk to the people.
Oh, there's people here.
Ah!
Okay.
Hello. Who's here?
Sarah's here.
Hi,
Ray.
Sarah. Hi, Ray.
She said, the wigs, oh my god.
Yes, we live for a wig.
Lisa is here.
Dr.
She
Lisa?
said, no.
Different
Other
Lisa.
Lisa. Lisa H.
Oh, hello.
She's,
Lisa Haney's here.
Yeah.
Hi.
She said, sorry I missed y'all on Zoom. You both look so great.
Thank you.
Yes.
This is what was happening.
Okay, cool. Well, that's who's here.
John's here too.
I am.
Will's gonna we have like a look over.
Hi.
Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect. Okay.
John's gonna do his own face as well, and you guys get to watch that process. So that's gonna be fun while we tell some stories.
So many stories.
Yes, and John's mic, so you guys can hear John too.
Yes, hopefully you can hear me. It's right here.
Yes.
Just dangling. Yeah. Okay. If it's crazy.
As long as it's not inside your sweater.
No.
You should be okay. Can we hear everyone? Oh, not that I can read what you're saying.
I think everyone can hear us.
All right, I need to get it on my phone or my computer or something so I can actually talk to people. But yeah, we're gonna give everybody like just a couple minutes to get into the room so we have people here, and then we'll kick it off. What are we all drinking? Leslie and I have champagne because it's our 1-year anniversary. Woo! Cheers! Toast already. Cinnamon toast.
Get it together, John.
Sorry.
Get your water.
Sorry, I need my water.
Ugh.
I'm a sad person who can't drink alcohol. Who desperately wants to drink alcohol. But
it's okay.
Sarah says that you did some great looks over here.
oh, thank you, Sarah.
I think that's what she meant. I think she was talking
I mean,
about
if it's
us.
not, still thank you.
Maybe not. We don't know.
I think it's just takes to the camera.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's backwards that I'm looking at, so I'm very awkward all the time, which is not different than usual though, so that's fine. You know, I'm always very awkward. How many we got?
We have 10 people right now.
10 people.
8 current viewers. No, 11. 11 current.
Oh, I like 11 better than 8.
Mickey's here. Cousin Nikki.
Hi, Cousin Nikki.
Veronica's
Everyone's ubiquitous cousin.
Yes. Veronica is back with us.
Hello, Veronica. Where do I find this link? I don't even remember. It's in our group, right?
I'm putting it right now.
Thank you. Yeah. How's everybody doing? Do we get what are other people? Are we having
Emily's
cocktails
here
and
now.
toasting? What are we doing?
Yeah, people are toasting.
What are we having? Any knowledge?
Water.
Water. Toasting with water.
Oh, yay! Somebody else is drinking water with me.
Yay! I love it.
I'm sorry.
Holly, do you remember what your Bridgerton name is?
My name is Lady Holly Champagneton of Enclave.
Very nice.
Yes, we figured that out. What was yours?
Yes, mine was Lady Leslie Champagneton of Juke.
Yes. And what was yours?
I truly don't remember.
Well, we can do the formula.
No, okay.
Lord.
It was Lord
John.
John.
What did you drink? Water.
Oh, Waterton
Yeah.
of Soul.
Lord
yes.
John Waterton of Soul. So the formula for that, if you are watching and you want to play along, is Lord or Lady. You get to pick who you want to be. And then your first name, the last thing you had to drink with the suffix ton on the end, of, and then the model of your car. So if anybody wants to jump on and add what theirs is, I'll listen. Ah! No! How do I get the comments in here?
I think you have 2. I don't
I can't.
remember.
Oh, well.
We should have done it earlier.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know how to get the comments on. I just have my little tiny window.
oh, they're right here.
Where?
If you tilt your, it should just do this.
Just sideways, maybe? This is all gold content that we have right now. We're really nailing it. I mean,
We're just waiting for more people to come, so
we're
we're just gonna
seeing it.
blabber
Yeah,
for
we're
a
just
bit.
gonna, like, stall for a couple minutes just to see if anybody else wants to jump on before we get started, because the first part of what we have is an introduction to the Regency era, and if you don't hear it and you're not a scholar, you might be confused.
For sure.
Plus, we talk about King George, and we all love Hamilton, so.
Who here watched Bridgerton? Because it was so good.
Oh my god.
Huge fan.
Yeah. If you're feeling Bridgerton vibes, there's a reason.
Yes.
I think I look like this forever now. I think this
I'm
is my
here
look.
for it. I think I live.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very upset that I can't see people's comments.
Is this supposed to still be on it?
What? Oh, hush.
Yes.
Okay.
You can't see it.
Oh.
You just
I
pointed
can
out.
see
Now
it.
everybody knows.
You are here. They are not. Oh, yeah. Well, I can't see anybody's comments, so I'm gonna have to like lean over awkwardly to talk to you guys.
They're
Do
good.
you want my
I'll
phone?
let you know if they say anything.
Maybe later.
I'll let you know if they say anything important.
I like to talk to the people.
I know, yeah. I'll
Look,
let you
you're
know.
petting me. We're on a delay. I love that. That's fun. What do we have? We have Lady Emily Pepsiton of Accord.
I love that one.
And
That
that's
is
about
a really
to-
good one. Peach lemonade and vodka. Ooh,
Ooh.
hey, that sounds tasty.
Mm-hmm.
Like that situation. We have grapefruit in our champagne because Leslie is a fancy lady.
Yes. I put grapefruit in everything.
I like grapefruit. I think it's a good choice.
It helps rev up your metabolism. It also helps with hangovers, too.
You heard it here first.
The new cure for hangovers.
Our potion master told us what to do. All right, John, what are you doing? Why don't you tell us all what?
Well, I'm just getting started. You know, just like it takes me a.
Did you need a stick? We probably have time. more.
No, this is
Okay.
fine. I'm just a disaster.
No, you're not.
Anyways, I was gluing my eyebrows down because I don't look like
Oh,
a
I
lady.
should share this. We should all share this, huh?
Oh yeah.
I've shared it
I'm sharing it.
everywhere. Keep going.
God, and you should share it. Everybody share. Everybody come hang out
Yeah,
with us.
everybody share.
Yay! Ooh, my neck just cracked.
Oh my, that's what that was?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Sure was.
madam.
Yeah, that's her.
Oh, you're right.
She's the madam.
You're right.
All right. I think we're ready to get going. What do you think?
I feel good.
Are we feeling it?
Yeah.
You guys
We're 9
ready?
minutes in.
All right, then yeah, we're ready. Hey, Leslie.
Hey, Holly.
Hey, fiends. We are here tonight looking both fancy and fabulous and maybe like a little teensy bit extra to celebrate our 1-year anniversary. Yay! And what a year it has been, from Carl Tanzler and his gross love, to the exquisite corpse that was the Black Dahlia, to the Man and the Monster and Jeffrey Dahmer, and the arrested decay of Eastern State Penitentiary, and back again. We have done a lot. And we have so much more in store for you guys in 2021. So tonight, we celebrate by going back in time. We all went bananas for Bridgerton, so we've already established that. So tonight, we decided that with the help of our fabulous friend, John Rattacasa, hooray for John, we would transport ourselves back to the Regency era.
Mm.
First of all, you might be wondering, why do they call it that? Because it's not obvious totally. Well, it's called the Regency Era because the whole of England realized that their king, King George III, was quite insane. And yes, this is the King George of You'll Be Back fame and the madness of King George. Apparently, the Mad King liked to incessantly ramble on incoherent tirades. And then there's a small matter of the fact that his urine was blue.
Super casual.
Yeah, you heard me right. The Mad King peed blue, which caused a lot of medical historians to think he might have suffered from a rare disease called porphyria, which we have talked about on the podcast before, as it is often referred to as the vampire's disease. A lot of people think that that's where the myth of the vampire comes from, because it makes you pale and photosensitive and turn into a bat. Little known fact. That last one was a lie. It also makes you pee weird and babble incoherently. Plus, porphyria is inherited, and it seems to run in the royal family. But more recently, medical historians have discovered that the Mad King was being treated with something called gentian, which is a common ingredient still in homeopathic tonics and tinctures that, you guessed it, makes your pee blue. It's like a bright
nice.
blue violet color. You can drink it, you can use it topically, but it is going to turn everything about you blue. If you drink enough of it, it turns your face blue.
Wow.
That's
my
true.
God.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, there was a story of a guy online that used it to treat something. It was like a few years ago, and he drank it every day, and his face was like bright ass
Oh
blue.
my
You can
gosh.
Google it. He used gentian violet. So, yeah, it'll make you pee blue too. These historians that suspect it was the gentian that made his pee weird suspect that King George suffered from a severe case of bipolar disorder, much like Elisa Lamb, who we are all talking about right now, and went through extreme manic episodes like Elisa did, causing lengthy and absurd speeches and bad decision making. If you go back and listen to Too Deep, our episode on Elisa, you'll hear me read a long post of her from her Tumblr that she wrote in a manic episode. So you can hear exactly what that sounds like if you want. Anywho, on February 5th of 1811, Prince George of Wales took the throne from his father to save the country from his perceived insanity and was named the Prince Regent, thus ushering in the Regency Era, which would continue throughout his reign. So there you go. That's the Regency Era. So we each have stories about true crimes that happened in the Regency Era. I'm talking about the Ratcliffe Highway murders. And what are you talking about, Leslie?
I'm talking about Elizabeth Fetting and her execution.
Ooh. So, we didn't even talk about who's going first. You wanna go
We
first?
didn't.
Or do
I'll
you
go
want me to?
first.
Okay,
I'll go
I
first.
just talked a whole bunch, so
You
can,
did, yeah.
you can
Take
go
a
now.
break, drink.
Thank you. I'm going to drink this champagne. I'll refill you at some point if you
It's
need
okay,
it.
my child.
Thank you. Thank you, Mama.
You deserved it. You did so well tonight.
My house is the best little whorehouse.
Oh my goodness.
You know I can do that voice. Don't make me
Yeah.
sick. Dorothy's coming back.
Oh no.
All right,
Okay.
Leslie.
The year was 1815 in London, and Elizabeth Fenning had just celebrated the new year with her family. She was a beautiful 20-year-old and excited for what the new year would bring. Eliza, as her friends and family would call her, came from a poor but loving family. She began, oh, that wasn't for me.
John's got to fix
I'm
his
really
mic.
bad with that.
I know. I pay
All
attention
you
to everything,
guys,
too.
yeah. Like, what's happening? Who's that for? Okay. She began working as a house servant at the age of 14. After various employments over the years, she found that cooking was her favorite of all the roles she played. So when she saw that the Turners at 68 Chancery Lane were hiring a new cook, she was eager to apply. Robert and Charlotte Turner took a meeting with Eliza and found her suitable for the role. By the end of January, Eliza had a new job as a cook for the Turners. Exciting for her.
That is exciting.
Robert Turner was a law stationer, or a person who makes handwritten copies of legal documents, and Charlotte was his wife. They were a young couple with no children. Robert had recently hired a new handmaid, Sarah Peer, and 2 male apprentices. All 3 were live-in staff. Eliza did not live with the Turners, though. She was actually newly engaged and decided to continue living with her parents until her wedding day, when she would then live with her husband. So it was like a really good year for her.
That is a good year. And we explained what apprentices are in, I think it's episode 3 on the Bell Witch.
Yep.
So you get a lot of explanations if you go back and listen to everything.
After a couple weeks of working, Eliza and staff had started to get real close. The 2 gentlemen hired as apprentices to Mr. Turner were quite the flirts, though. Eliza was usually too busy in the kitchen to care about these boys. Plus, she had a wonderful man waiting for her at home.
Aww.
It is unclear what day this happened and whether it actually happened at all, but during one of Charlotte Turner's rounds to check in with the house staff, she came upon a disturbing sight. Eliza was standing in the bedroom of the apprentices with both men and was half undressed.
This is a very Bridgerton moment. Good job.
Mrs. Turner was enraged.
I'm enraged on her behalf.
mostly with Eliza. She didn't care about the men.
Oh.
And she threatened to let Eliza go. She couldn't believe that she was like undressing in front of these boys,
Ugh.
or that's how she found her. Eliza quickly got dressed, gathered herself, and ran out of the room back to the kitchen to work, horribly embarrassed. Some time had passed. Eliza was not caught again with these men, but Mrs. Turner never seemed to let it go. It was clear she did not like Eliza anymore. Eliza only hoped that one day she can get back in Mrs. Turner's good graces again. Unfortunately, things would take a darker turn, and Eliza would never be forgiven.
Oh, Eliza.
On March 21st, 1815, Robert's father, he has the craziest name, Haldebart
Haldebart.
Haldebart Turner.
Was the last thing he drank?
Maybe, yeah. Haldebarton.
Yes.
Had come for lunch with his son and daughter, and with them. They came for lunch. That's a sentence I didn't correct.
Unedited.
Unedited. Eliza had been asking to make some dumplings for several weeks, but they had not had enough yeast at the time.
Dumplings.
Right? So when the groceries came in the kitchen the morning before, she saw that there was yeast, and she asked Mrs. Turner if she could make the dumplings for lunch the next day. And I know. And she agreed, but asked for her to make them with milk and flour, which isn't that how you make dumplings?
It depends on the kind of. There's so many different kinds.
Okay, so this is specifically what she wanted, milk and flour, and she was
So-
very stern about it.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay. Eliza got to work right away. Besides the dumplings, she made up some rump steak and potatoes, and then lunch was served. So this was the next day.
Steak.
As the plate of food was placed in front of the Turners, Mrs. Turner made a comment about the dumplings, and this was to her handmaid, Sarah Peer.
This is going to be bitchy.
She thought that they looked a bit dark and dense and not as white and fluffy as she imagined.
I knew it was going to be bitchy.
But she and the others began to eat. At the same time the Turners were eating, the kitchen staff had started to enjoy some of their lunch too, because now they had like downtime, right? Very quickly, Eliza realized that the dumplings really weren't that good, and she had told,
dumplings. Oh no. That's a tragedy.
Truly.
and she told the others not to eat them.
JK, they're bad. Don't eat them.
Well, I know I was really excited about this, guys, but like,
I fucked it up.
so only 2 other staff had eaten them before like other ones came in, and she was like, no, and like would slap it out of their hands.
No.
The Turners were halfway through their meals when they too became, so they started to get ill downstairs, and then and then the Turners were halfway through when they started to become ill.
Those are poison dumplings.
So the whole family, plus Eliza and 2 other staff members, were suffering from severe stomach pains and vomiting. They called for a doctor, who came that evening after 8. The Turners immediately suspected poisoning. They were like, it's poison.
Obviously.
The Regency Era, so everybody's been poisoned.
Of course. This is like the ghost story I told last
Yeah.
time with the poison cake.
Yeah,
God,
oh yeah.
it's a theme.
Mr. Turner struggled his way to his desk drawer and saw that the packet of arsenic was missing.
Our arsenic.
Yeah. He kept several packets in the room because of the vermin infestation. Kept wanting to say venom. The venom infestation.
Those venomous rats.
Yes, those
Oh,
venomous
no!
rats. There was a lot of mice and rats. Lot of mouse.
There's a lot of mouse.
Lots of mouse. Listen, I run a brothel. I don't need
I
to
know.
speak good English.
No, you're right. I'm so sorry. Sorry, Mama.
Don't
Selma.
don't talk back to me. When you're good to Mama.
Mama's good to me.
Mr. Turner asked the doctor to examine the pan in which Eliza had cooked the dumplings in. As they expected, they found arsenic in the pan. Before that, they immediately accused Eliza of this, right?
She made those shitty dumplings.
Right.
Got it.
But why would she want to poison the Turners and herself and the staff? Like, that doesn't really seem.
It was her too.
Yep. She was sick too. But we'll get in. We can talk about it after.
Keep going.
Okay. So as they expected, they found arsenic in the pan. It was like very strange. I didn't even write how they realized that there was arsenic in the pan, because it was this whole process of like they poured water and then into a spoonful, and then like this white powder was on their spoon, and it was very confusing. I don't quite believe that this is what was happening. Or they were just like, it's arsenic. It's just like a white powder.
It does have a discernible taste, I believe. They might have been like, this
Maybe.
tastes
They
like
didn't say
arsenic.
that. They were just like, they did like the
'Cause
surgeon did like
Oh,
a whole
no.
experiment.
'Cause
That's
it
who like.
was- It was used as like beauty aids and stuff back
Mhm.
then. So.
Mhm.
Oh, you have pictures. I did not submit pictures.
did, yeah.
Sorry.
So, on March 23rd, Eliza was taken before a magistrate and committed for trial at the Old Bailey at the April sessions.
I love the Old Bailey.
She was held in prison until her trial. She was tried in London on April 5th. Mrs. Turner took the stand and told the court about the day she caught Eliza half dressed in the apprentice's room. She says ever since then, Eliza has been cold to her. She told them about Eliza's incessant nagging to make dumplings for weeks, to which she finally gave in and then was
Just like a
poisoned.
dumpling.
And she tried to murder her.
Mm.
And that Eliza was actually left alone in the kitchen that day while she was making the dumplings. Like, there was no other staff that day in the kitchen with her. Mrs. Turner told them about her remarks of the dumplings looking strange, and then the other family members made similar remarks during their testimonies. Like, that did happen. So she was being a bitch.
I knew it was going to be bitchy.
And then the matter of the missing arsenic packet. So the packet read poison, and it was determined by the judge that Eliza could read and write, so
Subtle.
she could not have misread that packet.
John, this is 9 to 5.
Yeah. It just poison.
Oh my goodness.
No.
Incredible.
But this wasn't looking good for Eliza. So, I love this name. William Thistleton,
Yes.
who
they're
had
all so
arrested
good.
Eliza, told the court.
He drank a lot of that.
Yeah, he did drink a lot of thistle.
Mhm.
He told the court that he had asked Eliza whether she suspected there was anything in the flour. She said that she had made the rump steak that day with the same flour that she had made the dumplings in, and the flour seemed fine, though she said that after making the dumplings, she saw some red sediment at the bottom of the yeast, so maybe the yeast was bad. So this was the day of her arrest.
Okay.
That was her take. She was like, I don't know. I'm probably throwing up. She was like,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
probably
No,
the
arsenic
yeast.
does nasty stuff to you, so she was probably
Yeah.
very sick.
Mr. John Marshall, the surgeon who attended the family on March 21st, took the stand and said that he arrived at the house about 8:45 p.m. and found Mr. and Mrs. Turner very ill with symptoms that were very similar to those sustained from arsenic. He also found Eliza and a few other staff members suffering from the same illness, so everybody is aware that the whole house was suffering. The next morning, Robert's father showed the surgeon the dish the dumplings were in, and as I said before, after some weird tests, they found half a teaspoon of white powder, which he determined was arsenic. This was pretty much all that they needed to convict Eliza of the crime, so there wasn't much more. And back in this time, too, because there was barely even police force around this point, they really didn't even have a defense team. That just was
Yeah.
non-existent. So Eliza had to represent herself, and she made a very simple statement to the court. My lord, I am truly innocent of all the charge, as God is my witness. I am innocent, indeed I am. I liked my place, I was very comfortable. As to my master saying I did not assist him, I was too ill. I had no concern with the drawer at all. When I wanted a piece of paper, I always asked for it.
Needed a voice.
Thank you.
That's good.
Wonderful.
She called 4 other witnesses who swore to her previous good character, too. So a lot of
Okay.
people liked Eliza.
That's all they could do back then. Was like, I have a character witness. They
Yeah.
think I'm nice.
And then they're like, they have no money. These people do, and they're accusing you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So Eliza's story had been heard across London. Many tried to come to her aid and vouch for her innocence. One important person was Robert Turner's mother, the great Mrs. Turner. She had not been there for lunch, but came later when she heard that everyone was sick, including her husband. And she saw Elizabeth in her weakened state and fully believed that it was not her fault. She was like, there's no
Aw.
way that she did this. I feel like she hated Charlotte. She probably didn't like her daughter-in-law
Yeah.
and was
that
just
sounds right.
this is on them. And I don't know why
Oh,
she didn't come
shit.
to lunch that day. Maybe she didn't like both her kids. Maybe
Maybe
she was
not.
like, no, they're spoiled brats.
They sound like they kind of were.
Yeah.
I think I'm kind of on her side.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she tried very hard to get Eliza free, but the courts and jury, it didn't seem to be swayed. So, on the date of her execution, the great Mrs. Turner, I think her name
I
is
like that
Aura
her name
Lieber.
is the Great. a
Yeah,
lot.
I just gave her that.
I love that.
That's just me. She tried one more time to free her. The courts considered, but in the end, they deemed her guilty. And the following morning, on July 26th of 1815, Elizabeth Fenning was hanged with 2 other men. One accused of raping a young boy and another for sodomy. So it's like this poor girl is up there with like these 2 horrible people.
Oh no!
And she's just like, I didn't do anything. I'm just a servant girl. I wanted to
no,
get
that's
married.
such a
I
tragedy.
know.
Oh my
Eliza's
God,
father
no.
had to Eliza's father had to pay an executioner's fee before he could even obtain his daughter's dead body for
Yeah.
burial.
You have to pay for all your
God.
stuff. You have to pay for your jail time then too.
She was buried 5 days later on July 31st, and her funeral was attended by several thousand people
Wow.
who believed in her
goodness.
injustice.
Yes. Oh my God! So she was like a thing. Okay.
So there were, I think, at the hanging. So obviously these were like a thing to do, and in
Yeah, there was
in this
entertainment.
specific. It wasn't abnormal for them to just have like various people be hanged at once if like their trials were around the same time. But this one was the only one in that year where there was three people at the same
They
time.
also probably didn't hang a whole lot of women. That was probably something people.
No,
came
this
out
was
for.
happening a bit more
Oh,
at this
really?
time.
Okay.
Just around this time.
Okay.
Many in town believe Eliza was hanged as a warning to other servants who may have thought about stepping out of line.
Listen, servants.
That was a big thing, like in the tabloids.
Keep your dress on and
Yeah.
stop making dumplings.
And ready for the turn.
Oh, I'm ready. Oh, there's a twist.
In March of 1829, it was rumored that Robert Turner died after confessing to the crime in which Eliza was hanged.
Whoa. So he did it. Why did he do it?
Probably to kill his like crazy wife. Maybe he
Nobody
didn't
likes
like
his
her.
wife.
Yeah.
I like that we're judging her very hard right now. She sounds like the worst.
Mhm.
There was a twist.
There was a twist.
Sarah, you lost audio? Did it come back? Will, Sarah said she briefly lost audio. Hi, Lisa. Dr. Lisa's here. And Dominic's here.
There's a little bit of noise in there. I'm trying to get it out.
Okay.
Mm.
Is there, what they can hear us? She said she lost audio completely.
Just for like a second.
Okay.
It
Okay.
should be back.
Cool. Did
Everyone-
you guys hear the twist ending?
The twist was good. I can't comment because I don't have a YouTube channel.
Hmm.
Can I make one real quick? I don't need one. I just wanted to be able to type.
Yeah, you can type on mine. My phone will probably die, but
Mine's almost dead too, but I have it up on my thing.
All right. Well, that was my story.
that was incredible.
I loved that.
Thank you.
Just want to make sure
Don't
everybody
make bad
can hear.
bread. No?
Don't make crap dumplings. Also, John made us gorgeous macarons that I was eating while Leslie was telling her story because they're delicious and they have like blood spatter on them. There's little knife-shaped ones and stuff. It's really. Oh, Will's trying to show you. You really don't get the full effects that way, but they are great. I was trying to eat one as daintily and Regency-like as I could.
Thank you
I'm
so
just gonna
much.
like Cookie Monster style.
Cookie Monster. Does anybody have questions for Leslie? Before we go into the next one, I really need some more champagne.
I do too. Yeah.
William, can you help us?
I'll get you a good deal.
That's double fucked up because you're related and I'm his wife. Thank you. I go to my cousin's brothel.
Yeah. It's the family discount.
Oh,
Oh my
I was
god.
there bartending.
Yeah.
God.
He would be. This would be a family business.
Oh, no.
Amazing.
I was going to say,
Dad's
where's
working
Adam?
On the computers.
No,
Yeah.
Craig.
Aw.
Oh. All right. I love that there was a twist. That was everything. What's going on? Are
My
Camille here?
mother-in-law's here. K Farm Creations.
Margie. Hi, Margie. How you doing, girl?
She heard me talking ill about mother-in-law.
Oh,
It wasn't
whoops.
you. It wasn't you. Oh no, it was daughter-in-laws I was talking about. I'm a good daughter-in-law.
You are a good daughter-in-law. All right, are we ready for another story? Are we all ready?
I feel ready.
All right, I have champagne. My little sippy sip. Let's check in with John real quick. Ooh,
How's
your
it going?
eyes are amazing.
I have really tall eyebrows.
You do.
I need to make space for the very tall wig.
John does have. He's like the showpiece hooker in this brothel
Yeah.
we're all working.
Yeah.
I'm the one that everybody's afraid of, but like they all take dares to go up to see. You know, they're like, I dare you to go up and see that one.
You're the one that they give all the virgins to. They're like,
Dare to go see
There you
Lady
go.
Waterton.
now you're Lady Waterton.
I am Lady
We've
Waterton
made the
now.
transition over. That's good. I love it.
Once the brows go on, the gender swap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's true.
Is that the moment when you become Lady Waterton?
For me, it's when I draw my lips on bigger, just a little bit.
Oh, okay.
And then, because then I
That's
start
interesting.
making faces, I'm like, oh. My drag name is Ginger Snatch, after one of my favorite bad horror films, Ginger Snaps.
Oh, well,
I
guess
love
we're
that
gonna have
one.
to-
So
That's a good one.
It is a good one.
Yeah.
It's bad, but it's great.
It's so.
We're doing
so
Idle
badly
Hands this
great.
coming week.
Yes, I love Idle
Yeah,
Hands.
we wanted to for Valentine's. We wanted to feel our like '90s heart swell with Devin Sawa and Seth Green.
Be still, my heart.
I know, just having a very nerdy '90s girl moment.
Mm.
It's gonna be all of us like, weren't they great?
Just 30 minutes of that.
And that's our 30-minute
Yeah.
horror movie. It's just the ding happens every
They
5
were
minutes.
so pretty. And then when Devin made that face,
Ding. All right.
he has blonde hair.
There's a blonde and a redhead like us at the moment.
Oh, I'm your Seth.
Aww. Does that mean I get to be Devin Sawa?
Yes.
I have red hair.
Yes, Seth. I'm
Oh,
her
I'm
sister.
I'm
Oh,
Devin
okay,
Sawa.
okay.
This is the apex of my career right now. Would be like Casper Devin Sawa though.
I can't stop like lifting up my eyebrows because of my eyelashes.
hold
So
up your
instead of
wig.
opening my eyes more, I keep like opening.
I'm trying to support my wig on my tiny head. Okay. Tonight I'm talking about the Ratcliffe Highway murders. The Ratcliffe Highway murders consist of 2 attacks on 2 separate families, the Marr family and the Williamson family. Now, I normally have a rule where I call murderers by their first name. Not even just murderers, everybody, because I like to keep it personal. However, everyone in this story is named John.
Oh.
There's like 15 Johns, I'm not even kidding. So I have to break my rule and use last names at one point.
All of
Fantastic.
them were me.
They're all... What if they were?
How do you know they weren't?
I don't.
I was there.
If anyone was, I believe you were there. So anyway, don't kill me for breaking my own rule. So the 2 attacks occurred 12 days apart in December of 1811 in homes located half a mile apart near the London Docklands district of Wapping, London, England. 12-year-old boys all over are laughing.
And 47-year-old.
Yes. The first attack took place in the home of linen draper and hosier. I struggle with pronouncing that word. It's not Hoosier, it's hosier. Timothy Marr. Now, what is a linen draper or a hosier? It's a shop that sells fabric and hosiery. So they sell dressmakings and stockings, basically. Timothy Marr, who was either 24 or 27, depending on which account you read, had previously served several years with the East India Company aboard the trade ship called Dover Castle, and he did that in April of 1811. He decided to settle down in his current occupation and location and start a family. Timothy had a shop at 29 Ratcliffe Highway on the south side of the street between Cannon Street Road and Artichoke Hill, which is precious. Artichoke Hill. Ratcliffe Highway was I love artichokes too.
Right? So good.
We're a minority. Not everybody does.
No.
People struggle. They don't know what to do with them.
Just so delicious.
I know, they're
Let's
amazing.
roast them.
Yeah, but you have to like pull you have to see the thing with the leaves. People get very confused. Anyway, Ratcliffe Highway was the old name for a road in the east end of London that's now simply just called the Highway. Like, just there's one and that's it.
I like it.
Then one of the 3 main roads leaving the city. It was one of 3 main roads that left the city. So it was very important and very heavily traveled. Now, this was not a nice section of town. It was quite run down and dangerous, with a lot of shady dealings taking place there regularly, and many of the buildings were run-down tenements. Timothy Marr lived in the quarters behind the shop with his wife Celia and their 14-week-old son Timothy Jr., his apprentice James Gowan, and a servant girl named Margaret Jewell. All of the occupants of that house had moved in at the same time, so they all moved in together in April. On the night of Saturday, December 7th, 1811, the Mars were awake and busy in the shop preparing for their next day of work late into the evening. You see, Saturday was payday at that point in time for many British businesses. And then it was also the most busy day of the shop. So people got paid and they all went shopping. So a lot of the shops would stay open way late into the night. We're talking like well past midnight. So it would not be uncommon for them to be in the shop at that hour. So there was much to be done. Just before midnight that night, an intruder slipped into the Marr home. Margaret, the servant girl, had been sent out to purchase a late-night meal of oysters. Timothy had planned this extravagance as a surprise for his wife, who had just given birth a few months earlier and was still recovering. Margaret was also supposed to stop at a nearby bakery to pay an outstanding bill for the Marrs. Margaret would later report seeing a man lingering outside the shop as she left to run her errands, but that she did not find that unusual as the area was almost always busy on a Saturday night, even at that late hour. Margaret went about her business. Unfortunately, the oyster shop was closed, and so she walked back towards the bakery to pay off the bill she had been tasked with. In the process, she walked past the Marrs' home again and saw them in the lighted window. So at this point, everything is still okay. They are busy at work. It is business as usual. Margaret then went to the bakery, which she also found to be closed, and then got frustrated and tried to look for one more shop that might be selling oysters at midnight on a Saturday, but shock surprise, none of them were open. So she made her way home empty-handed. Bummer. I know, total bummer. Margaret arrived back at the shop at approximately 12:20 a.m., and she found that the building was dark and the door was locked. Now, as we have discussed before, humans do not immediately assume the worst in an unusual situation. So Margaret just assumed that the Marrs had forgotten she was out, and they were exhausted from the late night of work, and they closed up the shop and just collapsed into bed. So Margaret knocked on the door and waited for a few moments in silence. After what seemed like an eternity, she heard a noise that sounded like footsteps going down the stairs into the hall, and so she assumed that someone was coming to let her in. But a few more minutes passed, and she heard the baby cry out from upstairs in the residence, and yet still no one came to the door. Seconds later, while still trying to get the attention of her employers, Margaret heard footsteps on the pavement behind her. Terrified, she slammed the knocker against the door with, quote, unintermitting violence, so she was like, knocking really hard, drawing attention to herself. George Olney, the night watchman, who called out the time every half hour.
Oh.
12 o'clock, all is well. He's that guy.
I love him.
I know, I love him too. He rushed to the scene to find out what was going on because he heard this girl like screaming and pounding a knocker into the door. George, who knew the Marrs family well, knocked at the door himself because, like her knocking wasn't enough. He had to try it too.
I'll make sure.
Of course. And called out to the Marrs family, but again, there was no response. Now, George noticed that the shutters were in place on the windows, but they had not been latched. So at this point in time, you have windows where you close the shutters at night and then you'll latch them. But they were just like propped closed, which is unusual. If you're going to go to bed for the night, you latch them. The noise also woke up John Murray, a pawnbroker and Mars's next door neighbor. Alarmed, John Murray hopped the wall that divided the two gardens in the back, so he's like Spider-Man. He got up and jumped right over the wall and jumped into the yard of 29 Ratcliffe Highway. There he saw that the light in the back was on and the back door was standing wide open. So in the back would be like the residence, the front was the shop. So the lights in the house were on and the door in the back was wide open. Why did neither one of the other people go around back and try the back door? I don't know. Maybe they couldn't jump the wall. They were not Spider-Man. But there was another door. So John Murray entered the house and went up the back steps, calling to the Marrs that they had neglected to fasten their shutters and that Margaret had been left out in the cold. But he heard nothing in response. Returning downstairs and then entering through the house into the shop, John Murray beheld, quote, the carnage of the night stretched out on the floor. The narrow premise so floated with gore that it was hardly possible to escape the pollution of blood in pricking out a path to the front door. I love how they talk.
Yes.
Whew. First, he saw James Gowan, the apprentice, there's an apprentice in every story tonight, lying on the floor about 5 feet from the stairs, just inside the shop door. The boy's face had been smashed in, and his blood was running onto the floor.
No.
His brains had been pulverized and cast about the walls and across the counters.
Whoa.
It was very graphic. It was a nightmarish and violent death, to be sure. John Murray then, I told you there's so many Johns, then went to the front door to let in George Olney. 12 o'clock and all is well, that guy. But in the process, he tripped over the body of Celia Marr. She lay face down on the floor, her head battered in just like James Gowan's, her wounds still leaking fresh blood. John Murray then let in George Olney, and together they went about searching for Timothy Marr. It wasn't long before they found him behind the shop counter, battered to death just like the other two. John Murray and George Olney, by now, were quite panicked. They thought of the baby, who had heard Margaret, the maid, had said she had heard cry out while she was sitting there knocking on the door. And I'm going to warn you, this is terrible. So they rushed into the living quarters and found Timothy Jr. dead in his crib, which was saturated in blood. One side of the baby's face had been crushed and his throat had been slit so that his head was nearly severed from his body.
Oh, I hate when they hurt the babies.
I know. You know, you'd think people would hate that the most, but what they really hate the most is when you hurt the dog.
I'm not even gonna lie. I'm that person.
People get really upset when there's a dog casualty. There isn't, don't worry. Just a baby.
You're the worst.
By the
What was
time
the guy's name again?
George Olney, 12 o'clock and all is well.
But now he's probably like, 12 o'clock and all is not well.
Panicking.
It's not well. It's not well.
I like to imagine that you're right. That sounds good. By the time John Murray and George Olney discovered the baby, the commotion had begun to draw a crowd. More people from the neighborhood had gathered outside, and the Thames River police were summoned. The first officer on the scene was Charles Horton. As nothing appeared to have been taken, the money was all in the till, and £152 was found in a drawer in the bedroom. There seemed to be no motive. A thief might have been scared off before he finished, but the other and more likely possibility was that some sort of revenge attack had been issued by someone who knew Timothy Marr. So their options are somebody actually went out to hurt these people, or they were trying to rob them. So what they did was violently murder them all first and then run away when they heard a knocking sound.
Run away.
Run away! All is not well!
My God, this is wild.
It is very wild. It only gets wilder.
Oh my god.
Officer Horton initially believed that the weapon used to kill the Marrs and James Gowan had been a ripping chisel. One of those was found in the shop, but it was clean. In the bedroom, he found a heavy, long-handled shipwright's hammer, or a maul, covered with blood, leaning against a chair. Now, this is similar to the weapon we saw used in the Hinterkaifeck murders.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just plugging all of our old episodes on our one-year
You're
anniversary.
doing so good.
So, there you go.
What's a ripping chisel?
A ripping chisel, I believe, because he was a dressmaker, or he
Okay.
sold fabric and hosiery. I think there's probably something that you used to cut
Sounds like
fabric.
something you would just say, like it's a ripping chisel.
You're ripping chisel! I want to be ripping chisel.
Right?
That sounds
This is
great.
a ripping chisel.
He is ripping
Yes.
chisel.
Mm.
Let's make that a thing. That's
Okay.
slang now, everybody.
Okay.
Use it. Great.
Tip my hat to you.
Oh, Will tipped his
And
hat.
we'll curtsy.
curtsy. There you go. We were curtsying in the Zoom call before this. If you were a patron, you could have seen us curtsy. Officer Horton assumed this was the murder weapon, the maul, or the shipwright's hammer, which the assailant would have abandoned when he heard Margaret knocking at the door and was scared off. Ah. Human hairs were stuck in the drying blood on the flat, heavy end, and the tapered end used for driving nails into wood was chipped, which would make it different than other shipwrights hammers. 2 sets of footprints were then discovered at the back of the shop, which officers assumed must have belonged to the killer or killers. Unless it was one person with 2 sets of feet, I guess.
Maybe. You don't
Well, a
know.
lot of people went, paraded through that house, though, too. So, at that point, they're
Wore
finding
shoes
footprints.
on their hands.
Yes. There was somebody on all fours.
Do you see that girl that runs like
Like
her
a horse? I did see that. Oh,
That's what
no.
I'm imagining.
She is the killer.
I was imagining people compromising the crime scene by parading through it. But I like
Definitely that.
yours is better.
It was just one person running like a horse.
Do you guys agree? What do they say? They agree, right?
It's like a horse through a hospital.
The horse has left the hospital. We're fine now.
We're fine.
Okay. So anyway, the 2 sets of footprints were discovered at the back of the shop, which officers assume must have belonged to the killers, as they contained both blood and sawdust from carpentry work that had been done inside the shop earlier that day. A group of onlookers followed the footprints all the way to Pennington Street, which ran behind the house. I know they like tracked him all the way. Aw. And found a possible witness who reported that he had seen a group of some 10 men running away from an empty house in the direction of New Gravel Lane shortly after the alarm had been raised. So now maybe it's 10 men, all running like horses.
And was the alarm just that guy?
He was like, all is not well!
1:13, all is not well.
Nina, Nina! That's how they say it in all the British cartoons.
Yeah.
Officers now speculated that the crime was the work of a criminal gang. Officer Horton took the bloodstained mall back to his station to find that 3 sailors who had been seen in the area that night were already in custody. One appeared to have spots of blood on his clothing, but all 3 had convincing alibis and were then released. Other men were apprehended in the area strictly on the basis of witnesses' reports, but the cases against them also fell apart. A reward of 50 guineas was offered for the apprehension of the perpetrator, and to notify the residents of the area, a handbill was drafted and stuck on the doors of all the churches.
My God, 50 guineas.
You got 50 guineas. All right. On December 10th, a coroner's jury, which we explained in our Lizzie Borden episode. Got 'em all tonight.
Drink to that.
Cheers, Lizzie
We
Borden.
should have drank.
I know every time I have so many. My thing was I plugged everything tonight.
I was drinking, just so you know, during that.
That's awesome.
I'm
You're
empty now.
empty? Well, Leslie's empty.
Ugh.
Help her.
He's like, I'm
Ah!
listening.
Okay.
He's listening to that hum.
So on December 10th, as I said, a coroner's jury, which we explained in our Lizzie Borden episode, determined that the assailant must have arrived in the shop just after Margaret left at 11:50 p.m. and was still there when she arrived back at 12:20 and had fled out the back door upon hearing her knock. Several possible suspects were looked into, including one of the carpenters who had been in the shop that day and Timothy Marr's own brother. But all of them had sound alibis and were let go. The 4 victims were given a memorial service, then buried beneath a monument in the parish church of St. George in the East. When the mall, after that, the mall was cleaned, which like we would never do now. That's cleaning all the evidence off it. But the mall was cleaned on Thursday, December 19th, and it appeared that there were initials carved into the handle. Perhaps with a Siemens coppering punch, and the initials were.
Nope.
I know, no one wants to be a Siemens coppering punch, but that was just like a tool you would use to punch copper, like punch tin. You would like put your initials in things.
Okay.
It's not a disgusting thing.
By a seaman.
By a seaman. Okay. Like a seaman marking things for identification. Anyway, the initials were either IP or JP. Officers now had a way to try to trace the owner of the mall. But that wasn't the only thing that happened on December 19th. No, the second set of murders also occurred at the King's Arms Tavern. Wait, this gets real wild.
I've been there.
Have you?
No.
The King's Arms All is also not well there.
No.
I could have been British the whole
Wait,
time.
we need to do a whole show about this. I want to be the. I feel like it's. I know it's a man, but I feel like it's a little boy, like a little like Timmy.
12 o'clock and all is well. Yes.
On a little crutch.
That's
what I know. That's what I'm
Tiny
thinking.
Tim in your mind.
Yeah. All is not well.
Your mind is going some wild
It's all
places.
he had. It's all he had. You know.
You look so good, by the way.
Thank you.
Holy moly. Really good. Okay, so this occurred at the King's Arms Tavern, which Leslie has been. She loves it there.
It's great.
The victims were 56-year-old John, of
Mother
course.
Leslie has been there.
Mama Leslie. The victims were 56-year-old John Williamson, who had run the tavern for 15 years, his 60-year-old wife Elizabeth, and their servant Bridget Anna Harrington, who was in her late 50s as well. The King's Arms Tavern was not a rowdy or late-night establishment, and the Williamsons were known to go to bed early. So you went there for dinner, not rabble-rousing.
They're so tired.
They are. Earlier that night, John Williamson had told one of the local constables that he had seen a man wearing a brown jacket lurking around the tavern and listening at his door.
I hate lurkers.
I know, so bad. He asked the officer to keep an eye out for the stranger and arrest him if discovered. Not that he committed a crime, but he was like, arrest him!
Yes.
All right. Not long... It's so dramatic. Not long after this, the same constable heard someone shouting, murder!
No.
Yes, which naturally drew a crowd. Just then, outside of the King's Arms, a nearly naked man lowered himself from the second floor using a rope he had fashioned himself out of knotted bed sheets.
Yes.
So he came out of the window on a bedsheet rope.
This
He
is where we
dropped-
got all of this material from, this era.
I know. He dropped to the street below, crying and babbling incoherently. He is not doing okay.
It's not well.
This man was John, of course, Turner, a lodger who had been staying at the tavern for 8 months. Now
Maybe
remember,
related to Robert Turner?
maybe. Oh man, I like that idea. Now remember, a tavern in those days was not just like a restaurant or bar. It was also a place where you could stay. So it would be like a boarding house or a hotel, like a cross between the two.
Yes, we've been asked to come to those a few times.
Taverns.
Yes, to
Yes.
the taverns.
I
They've
love
called upon us.
Our services. The crowd that had gathered to watch this guy lower himself down on bed sheets sensed imminent doom and forced the tavern doors open. And when they did, they were met with the sight of John Williamson's body laying face down upon the steps leading into the tap room. His head was bashed in and his throat had been slit. An iron crowbar was laying at his side. While the crowbar appeared to be the weapon that was used to beat him about the head, a sharper tool had been used to slit his throat and inexplicably hack off nearly his entire hand. Yeah. Shortly after this grim discovery, Elizabeth Williamson and Bridget Harrington were found in the parlor. Their skulls had both been smashed in and their throats had been cut. Elizabeth's neck had been severed to the bone. Bridget's feet were still beneath the fireplace grate, as though someone had snuck up on her while she was preparing the fire for the next morning. The crowd, we're still going with this big crowd, which by this point is super riled up, had grown in size and armed themselves to the teeth. So they all have pitchforks and guns and stuff.
They're ready.
They are. And they stormed the inn in search of whatever monster that did this. But instead of the person responsible for this bloody scene, they discovered the Williamsons' 14-year-old granddaughter, Catherine Stillwell, alone in her bed, alive and untouched. Miraculously, she had slept through the entire attack.
This would be me.
No.
I could just stay asleep through anything.
I would have been the guy climbing out the window on bed sheets like, that would have been
I would
me.
have just been like preciously sleeping.
Well, you're Catherine Stillwell, who had no idea what had just happened, and an angry mob stormed through her door like,
I'm probably like annoyed, like, oh, get
probably
outta here.
terrified. The bodies were then placed on their beds because everyone tampered with crime scenes back then, and Catherine was taken to a safe place, which I'm sure was somewhere where she got a lot of trauma counseling, or, more likely, alcohol and liquid opiates.
Nice.
Both of them solve problems. It's fine. Fire bells were rung to call out the volunteers, and London Bridge was sealed off. They were not messing around. Acting on eyewitness accounts that a tall man had been loitering outside the tavern that night wearing a Flushing coat, several Bow Street runners, which were London's first official police force, were assigned to hunt down the murderer. The responsible party had gained entry to the premises by forcing open the most beautiful phrase in the English language, the cellar door. And an open window was also discovered in the basement with blood stains on the windowsill, indicating that this was where the murderer had escaped. And better still, a footprint was in the mud outside this window, and it seemed to confirm this theory. The path by which the assailants would have escaped was slippery and made of clay, so the police assumed that when they found him, he would just be covered in clay all over the place. Because you roll on the ground? I don't... I guess.
I like a good roll.
Good roll on the ground. It was pointed out that this type of escape route was very similar to the one taken by the person who had murdered the Marr family. There were no known connections between these two families, and there was also no apparent motive for either crime. But John Williamson's watch had gone missing, and both crimes seemed to have been interrupted, so perhaps they both started off as simple robberies. I still think that's a load of shit. A task force of constables from various parishes and a group of Bow Street runners was quickly assembled. They arrested and then released several suspects whose stories all checked out. Local magistrates convened and quickly offered another reward of 100 guineas, double the amount of the reward in the case of the Marr family, for information leading to the capture of the culprit, and handbills were drafted and posted within the hour.
Nice.
Yes. Rewards were offered by 3 different parishes for information, including 2 other offers of £50.
Wow, that's how much you cost.
I thought I was £250.
You used to be.
Oh,
You're a bit older now. You're at that weird age.
We don't call me old.
that weird.
That's the thing I'm sensitive about, Leslie. Ugh!
Not quite young, not quite old.
you're my mother in this instance.
Yes.
There.
And just, who's the older of the two today?
Me, I'm at that glorious elder state.
Elder state. All right. Survivor John Turner was then interviewed at a coroner's inquest, and he said that, quote, he had entered the King's Arms at about 10:40 on the night of December 19th and had gone to his room on the upper floor. He had heard Mrs. Williamson lock the door, then heard the front door bang open hard, and Bridget shout, quote, "We are all murdered!" Williamson then exclaimed, "I am a dead man!" as he lay in bed listening. John Turner heard several blows. He also heard someone walking about. After a few minutes, he left his bed and went to investigate. As John Turner crept down the stairs, he heard 3 drawn-out sighs and saw that a door stood open, with a light shining on the other side. He peered in and caught a glimpse of a man he estimated was about 6 feet tall, wearing a dark flushing coat, leaning over Mrs. Williamson and going through her pockets. Turner saw only one man before going back up the stairs. Rather than become a victim as well, he then tied his bedsheets together and lowered himself out of the house. Well done, you.
Yes.
He knew that Mr. Williamson's watch was missing and described it, but could not recall there being a crowbar in the tavern like the one found next to the corpse. The conclusion then was that it must have been brought there by the killer. The principal suspect in these murders was a man named John Williams. Not William's son. John Williams. And he was a 27-year-old Scottish or Irish, depending on your source, seaman, and a lodger at the parish. I know, everyone always laughs at
Just
seaman.
a weird time to pause.
Seaman. Just
We're
wanted
gonna
to.
change.
Just wanted to what?
You
Okay.
gotta put on
Oh,
blue,
yes. Put
purple,
on your
and-
outfit.
Or do you want that?
No, it's okay. I got it.
So good. You're welcome.
I'm a whole thing right now.
You are a whole
I'm
thing right
going
now.
for it, truthfully.
So am I. So he was a 27-year-old Scottish seaman and a lodger at the Pear Tree, a boarding house on Cinnamon Street, which was just off the highway.
I love Cinnamon Street.
Right? That's my name, Cinnamon Street. Williams' roommate had noticed that he had returned after midnight on the night of the tavern murders. Thomas De Quincey claimed that Williams had also been an acquaintance of Timothy Marr. That's the first family that was murdered. The Times described him as a 5'9" slender man with a pleasing countenance.
But not Slender Man.
Not Slenderman. Williams had nursed a grievance against Timothy Marr from when they were shipmates, which could explain the first string of murders, but not the second.
Whew.
I know. The Shadwell police office examined Williams. He had 2 pawn tickets on his person, some silver coins, and a pound note. His last voyage had been on the Roxbury Castle, an East India Company trading ship, and he had narrowly escaped being part of a failed mutiny attempt. It just gets more dramatic. It never stops getting dramatic. Mutiny.
It's carnage.
Williams was educated and had a reputation for being honest and popular with women.
That means he's a dick.
Yeah, probably. He had been seen drinking with at least one other man at the King's Arms shortly before the murders. He said that the Williams sons considered him a family friend. What aroused suspicion was Williams's earlier mention that he had no money, although he was seen to have money soon after the murders. He claimed that this was because he pawned some articles of clothing afterwards, offering up the pawn tickets, which they said he had on his person, as proof, and that after he had left the tavern that evening, he had consulted with a surgeon about an old wound, as well as a woman with some knowledge of medicine. No one investigated this alibi at all, or checked the dates on the pawn tickets.
Why would they?
I know, great sleuthing, you guys. Despite his insistence that he was innocent, Williams was remanded to Coldbath Fields Prison. On December 24th, the mall, from the first one, was identified as belonging to a sailor named John Peterson, JP, who was away at sea. The information was volunteered by the landlord of the Pear Tree, where Williams was staying, who was incarcerated in Newgate Prison for debt. Yes?
That's the prison that Elizabeth Fenning was in.
Oh my god! So
Yeah.
they could be related.
They could be, yeah.
Oh, I love that. We didn't do that on purpose at all.
Mm-hmm.
Constables searched the premises and found Peterson's trunk, which was missing a maul. The landlord recalled that not only had the maul been in that chest, but that he himself had used it and was responsible for chipping it. Now, it should be noted that this confession earned the landlord enough money to pay off his debts. So he was motivated to say these things.
I mean, I get it. That's a lot.
I know. Even though John Turner could not identify Williams in a court of law, his laundress was called, John Williams' laundress, to see if she had watched any bloody clothing. She said that 2 weeks earlier she had noticed that one of his shirts was torn and that another had blood on the collar, as if from bloody fingers. She assumed that Williams had been in a fight. She had not washed any clothing for him since before the Williamsons were murdered. Williams claimed that the torn and blood-stained shirts were the result of a brawl after a card game, but he was silenced by the magistrates and returned to prison. Though there was circumstantial evidence against him, there was no concrete forensic evidence, and the courts relied heavily on witness testimony. I suppose we might have found out more about John Williams if he had made it to trial, but he didn't. On December 28th, he used his scarf to hang himself from an iron bar in his cell. No one discovered this until just before he was to be taken for another hearing before the Shadwell magistrates. An officer announced to the court that the accused was dead and that his body was cold. Williams's suicide surprised everyone who had spoken to him. Several prisoners and a warden said that he had appeared to be in good spirits only the day before, believing that he would soon be exonerated and released. This led to later speculation that Williams was murdered in his cell to prevent authorities from looking elsewhere. This, however, satisfied the courts as being the actions of a guilty man, and all the other suspects they had collected were dismissed. The Home Secretary was more than happy to agree with the opinion of the bench and decided that the best way to end the matter was to parade Williams's body through Wapping and Shadwell so that residents could see that while he had cheated the hangman, he was indeed dead and no longer a menace. The Thames River Police, the Bow Street Mounted Patrol, and local constables and watchmen were ordered to oversee the event. On New Year's Eve, Williams's body was removed from the prison at 11 a.m. with, quote, an immense concourse of persons, said to total 180,000, taking part in a procession up the Radcliffe Highway. When the cart carrying the body pulled up opposite to the Marr family house, the procession halted for nearly a quarter of an hour. One onlooker said, quote, when the cart came opposite the late Mr. Marr's house, there was a halt made for nearly a quarter of an hour. The procession then advanced to St. George's Turnpike, where the new road is intersected by Cannon Street Road. Those who accompanied the procession arrived at the grave already dug 6 feet down. The remains of John Williams were tumbled out of the cart and lowered into this hole, and then someone hammered a stake through his heart.
Because he was a vampire.
No motives for the murder were ever found, though a couple of people have speculated that John Williams was a neurosyphilitic and therefore bore an irrational grudge against humanity, though no post-mortem examination was ever done of his brain or the rest of his body for that matter. Still others strongly believe that John Williams was in fact not guilty and was murdered to preserve the real killer whose motives we will never know. The hasty decision to convict a dead man was said to have been made to appease a frightened public who desperately needed someone to blame. Most people consider the Radcliffe Highway murders to be a mystery to this day. In fact, the murders are repeatedly referenced in Alan Moore's graphic novel From Hell, where Sir William Gull speculates that the murders were a false flag operation of sorts committed by the Freemasons in order to spur on the creation of the modern police force and thus further the organization's authoritative agenda. Just wait till they get a load of the Ripper, who I promise we will cover.
And From Hell is a movie that Justin Long is in.
Oh.
Based on the comics, I believe.
Justin Long is in that movie?
Isn't he?
No, he's not.
Johnny oh, is that
Johnny
the...
Depp is in
Oh,
that movie.
I'm thinking of the wrong one. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Isn't it Drag Me to Hell? Maybe that's the...
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
That's a very
one of
different...
my favorite movies.
Very
It's all right,
different.
guys. This is my life.
So I promise
I'll
we're going
get
to
there.
cover Jack the Ripper too, and that actually
I'm
might
remembering.
be... Leslie, I'm trying to get you through this.
I
girl.
can't. My head is heavy.
Both are hell ever. Well, we're going to show you John in a second. All of our heads are heavy. Yeah, we're going to cover the Ripper, and that might be the only case I allow to be 3 parts. Leslie knows I'm like wholly against a more than 2-parter, but there's so much when it comes to the Ripper. And that's the Radcliffe Highway murders.
Holy moly.
Isn't that nuts?
Yeah.
Well, let's give John his grand reveal.
My. You're the mother now.
He's the top bitch.
He is the top bitch.
That's me, the top bitch.
Hello. Yes. Cheers.
Cheers. That was great.
Thank you.
There were so many twists and turns.
I know, that story had everything. Guy climbing out of the bedsheet parts, that was my favorite part.
Twice.
Crying, climbing out of the bedsheets. What do we...
My favorite part is Leslie confusing dragging it out from
That's a pretty.
That's a big one.
a modern Sam Raimi horror story, and then like a period Jack the Ripper.
Yeah.
Johnny Depp.
I do love
You know
From
what's
Hell.
so funny though? Because I was like, I don't remember anything about Jack the Ripper with Justin Long, and then when he said Johnny Depp, I was like, oh yeah, like the. Oh yeah, that was that. That was right. That was it.
The Corpse Review wants to know if you can identify the skull on the lower right side of the screen.
Behind you.
Oh, that's a Springbok. And hi to our new friends at the Corpse Review.
Yes.
Oh, so this guy or the beaver? I have two.
No, he was referring to that one. Yeah.
This one, that's a Springbok. At least.
Also, he said that it's surprisingly easy to hack off a hand.
Yes, he did.
Is it? I couldn't read any of the comments. He would know. Wow.
I wonder if you
never
can do
thought
it
that.
then with like a paper cutter. Like
I
so.
bet.
I bet
Let's
like
try it.
yeah.
I volunteer my hand as tribute. Let's go.
Okay.
No.
If we put it on ice, we could put it back together probably.
See, it's fine. Probably.
Probably.
It's a hard probably. And you need your hands as you bake and do makeup. You can't just use your nose.
But you'll have like a little vacation for several weeks.
The
Oh.
vacation sounds
Yeah.
solid.
Did you
Maybe
eat,
a year.
Did you eat any macarons? while I was
Not yet. I don't
That's-
like to be filmed while I eat.
I didn't care.
That's fair.
I was like, treats.
Right, I'll do this. Okay, and if you want to
You promised me you were gonna Cookie Monster on, and I
Okay,
saw
good.
nothing.
Blur out the screen.
Yeah.
Do we have any questions?
I wish you put a, like a little finger person.
like a happy face on
Yeah.
it.
No, I don't know if it's this.
He's gonna put a dot over your face. Questions, comments, compliments.
I
Tell us
thought he was
things.
doing it again.
No, we're just on a delay.
I know.
I can't look at Oh, I can now. Actually, I can open my computer back up. I can't comment because I don't have a YouTube channel. I just use the We Would Be Dead one.
Do you want? I don't understand, Lisa. Do you want us to drink more champagne?
Lisa, we can. It's
That's
fine. I mean, I like champagne.
So knock yourself out.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh, you really missed an opportunity here. You could have put Mr. Fritz there.
Where's Mr. Fritz?
He's coming.
I failed in getting us another video tonight. Will, did you find a video that we can react to?
I didn't find a good one.
I'm
Well,
so
they just have like
devastated.
mint in them.
They're so good.
Do they have
They
mint?
taste caramely to me. What are they?
I was getting like a mint flavor.
The potential of mint in there. I have like 12,000
The
butter.
potential of
I have
mint.
12,000 buttercreams that I freeze to like use in all my things. So
I love the potential of mint. I
there's
can't
potential.
find this link where I can talk to you people. It's all tragedy right now. Hold on. Oh wait, there it is.
Lisa, Lisa Haney.
What, Lisa Haney? What do you say? That finger almost looked like. Lisa,
You can talk now.
can I talk? No, I can't look. It says create a channel. It's mad at me.
Wait, you need a channel?
To chat. Like Lisa had to make one.
It's so simple.
Oh, create.
Takes like 2 seconds, Holly. You're already in Google. Okay,
Oh
look,
no,
you've
Mr.
done it.
Fritz!
You have a channel now. Oh God, take that down.
He's just so friendly. Doesn't he look so kind?
So what's fun is that if you're not a patron, you don't know who Mr. Fritz is.
That is that's fair.
Well,
oh,
they
yeah,
could have
that's true.
rewatched. They could have rewatched
If
it.
you go back and watch our last YouTube special, I tell Mr. Fritz's story, and then we react to a video of him moving on his own, and Leslie loses her whole mind. It's great.
Solid gold. That is truly gold.
Mm-hmm. Mama did not like that moment. Oh, get me back here.
Can you chat now?
Let's find out.
You can
I
chat.
can.
See, 2 clicks and you were there.
Oh no. Oh no. I'm truly the laziest person. John, you do look amazing.
Thank you so much.
Lisa, it is all tragedy right now. Please incorporate that Jack the Ripper was likely not one person nor all the cases even related. Ooh, the corpse review.
Mhm.
Maybe you should come on and talk about that case with us.
Fun, fun.
Just saying.
Mhm.
Maybe.
Mhm.
You never know.
I know, because how many cases have we done now where they're like, this could have been Jack the Ripper?
Oh, there's so many.
Really?
Or at least it's just somebody. Well, because there was just so many around that time, and it could have
Yeah.
and it could have been a female, could have been a male, and
Right.
then
Mm-hmm.
could have been a surgeon, it could have been this,
Justin
it could have
Long.
been
It could have been Justin Long.
could have been Justin Long.
in Drag Me From Hell,
Yeah.
which is now the name of those two movies.
And it
Great
could have
movie.
just
I watched it
either-
twice in the theaters just because it was so dumb.
Mhm.
And probably just at that time, people just, it was easy. If somebody wanted to kill somebody, they could just
Yeah.
kill a prostitute.
Yeah.
Just kill him right up. It's fine. Listen. I need
Order up.
All is not well!
Oh, well, that should be my ringtone.
All is not well! But yeah, we will definitely cover Jack the Ripper. I'm totally interested in really, really getting into that and, you know,
Yeah.
digging through all the stuff
For sure.
as I want to do.
John, how do you feel?
I feel great.
Yeah?
You look great.
Oh, there's no hair to whip there.
I don't know, but I want more
Okay.
treats. I will eat on camera.
Do you have your
I don't need a
mic
finger
on?
covering my face.
No, my thing.
Mmm.
Oh.
Because
What's
I'm the
on?
hooker that wants to
I
eat
didn't
all the
take it off
treats.
or anything.
Why?
I don't know.
What did you
Oh.
take
I
off?
said,
Your microphone?
yeah,
Can we hear you?
I'm very loud.
Oh,
mine.
oh,
I
I
thought
get it.
that's what was causing the humming. It was not.
Oh.
So,
It was me. A sharp machete is all you need to take a whole hand off the corpse review?
Thank you.
Leslie wants to know.
Tell me.
Wait,
go
why
to
is
HomeDepot.com now.
Yep.
why is Dr. Lisa screaming?
Why not?
I mean, that is that's fair. I scream on the daily.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes I wake. Have you ever seen that video of the opera singer or the lady like beating on the bus door going?
No,
That's
but
me when I wake up every
sounds like
morning.
you.
I'm gonna guess this is why.
No,
Mr. Fritz!
that's probably why. We're on that weird
Oh,
delay,
fair.
so we're like, why is he
Mr.
yelling?
Mr. Fritz is terrifying.
Oh, wait.
You're lucky we're not watching the video of Mr. Fritz again.
Yeah. No, thank you.
Any more? Anybody else have anything? We're just hanging out now.
Yeah, what's up? This is our 1 year. What's going on?
I know. I'm gonna keep drinking this champagne that we have 2 bottles of. So
Yes.
this is so random. Would you guys ever cover Bonnie and Clyde? Yes, I
course,
love Bonnie and
yeah.
Clyde.
Me
I don't
too.
think about them when it like ever. That's amazing.
I think
Well,
about
they
them all the time. Every
They're
morning.
a little bit different. Lisa, yes, I will put that on our list. That's actually a case I really like. I want to see the car real bad.
Yes.
I do not want to see Ted Bundy's car though.
Mm-mm.
I would jump out of my skin and cry.
Is that like on display somewhere?
Yeah, at
You're
Alcatraz.
kidding.
Yeah, no, you can see it.
At Alcatraz.
I believe. If it's not still there, it was at one point.
I had no idea.
Mm-mm.
And it's really their car, not the one from the movie.
No, the which car? The Bundy car? No, it's the real Bundy
Okay.
car.
Okay.
Yeah, it's his actual car.
That's why.
The tan bug. Yeah.
I thought we were showing Bonnie and Clyde.
That's the real car too. I can also see Clyde's shirt as I choke on cookies.
You just really got excited.
Oh, Clyde's shirt! Woo! Yeah, you can see the shirt that he was shot in.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
More to know.
I know so many weird things. More questions. Bring them on. Who else do you want us to cover this year? We have a new year.
Oh,
Who do you want to see? Yes.
The Iceman.
Yes, John. The Iceman. He's
Yes.
scary.
Oh,
yeah.
All right.
Val
I
Kilmer.
don't know the Iceman. Ooh. that
Show
would be
yourself
nice.
out, Val Kilmer. Ugh. Hey, fam. Do you know an adult male that will fit in 3 hefty bags? Dr. Lisa is
I'm,
Do I know personally?
Thank you, Lisa.
Fact. Please ask me about Anatomy Lab. Okay, this is me officially asking you, Dr. Lisa. An adult male can fit in 3 hefty bags? All of them or just one particular one? Should I know the one that can?
I'm maximum like 4 or 5.
And is this an average adult male or? Because I know some adult
Do you
males
know
that'll
of
fit in
any
one.
adult males that can fit in 3 hefty bags?
I can do that.
I think we get you
Dr.
in 2.
Lisa is a
Yeah, I probably
pediatrician.
do.
Yeah, we can get Will in 2.
Yeah.
Especially since it's so easy to remove hands.
Yes.
Now we've been told. Go
And
for
now,
the joints you
me
dismember a
crying
person. Please only use this knowledge for good. There's a good way for me to dismember a person.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Listen, I only dismember people for good.
The time will come and I will be there for you.
Thank you.
I do have I have a couple hiding
Yeah.
stuff.
We're not going to
Places.
talk about them.
No, not. I'm not gonna tell
Okay.
people, but I do have a couple.
God.
Thank
Like
you.
in your backyard? Or...
No, I can't tell the people.
Okay.
Can't discuss
Will!
it now, William.
We're not asking.
I'm sorry.
Would I have to dismember a person for good? Oh, do we mean for good like forever? I've dismembered you for good. No putting you back together.
Do you want to put them back together?
I love a Frankenstein.
Fair.
So
But that would be different parts.
maybe it's just one guy that we took apart and put back together.
Then that would just
Then you're just tinkering.
yes.
Maybe I like
A
to
little
tinker.
lightning, and it's all your
One adult male. He seemed tall. Oh. Lisa! God rest his soul, yes.
Lisa,
God-
how many champagnes are you in?
Dr. Lisa, are you drinking with us? I love it. Corpse review. So I don't want to get graphic, but joints are really hard to get through, and a lot of times with dismemberment, we see them go straight through the bones directly, proximal, distal. Is that what I'm supposed to say?
Yep.
To the actual joint. Oh, there's a discrepancy.
Oh,
Dun, dun.
all right.
The
Can-
X-Files theme starts playing.
Can you fit them in 3 hefty bags, though?
Oh my god, a hefty bag?
Hefty bag.
Like two people. in
What
two
if?
hefty
But
bags.
what size hefty bag? Because there's several. Is it the tall hefty bag or the regular? Is it the flex?
Right.
Ooh, the hefty
Ah,
flex.
It has to be the flex.
I bet
Is
the
that the
flex,
flex that
because
is
I was imagining
the
getting
bones
Will
poking
into 2
through?
flexes with like some room. Like we could probably fit some trash, maybe the bottles with
Lisa,
it.
You're just remembering him tonight?
Well, no, just in my
John.
head.
I mean, what?
For good.
I hope this never happens to him because
Because you're the prime suspect.
It's all documented now.
Where's Mr. Fritz? Bring him back.
He never tried to kill
Oh,
anybody.
God.
well, they saved the head for neurology, so maybe it was
Aw.
3.5.
Lisa, how big was his head? Was
Yeah.
it like a whole hefty bag worth of head? I don't know.
Ooh, I never had. So I had
Bless
a kid.
you, Lisa. Cheers.
I know. I had a cadaver lab, but I never had to like cut or get in there.
You were there to like see muscles and stuff.
Yeah, we can like move the muscles.
Ugh.
Wait, what?
A fresh corpse is great. You can like move the muscles and like
She talked about this in our Burke and Hare episode.
Yeah.
I plug all of our episodes tonight.
the fresher the better. I
Yes,
think that was
that's
the
our
name of
episode
it.
on Burke and Hare. Yeah. So we talked.
It is. They're like a lot less weird when they're fresher too, which is
Wait, do you know this from experience?
She
Yes.
does.
hmm This is what when I was in college,
In college for what?
athletic training
You were,
in a cadaver lab.
I didn't think that was going to
Okay.
be a thing either, but it was. We talked about it.
well, we had like a weird cadaver experience in my high school because we did this like like a crime scene lab or whatever.
You had an actual cadaver in your high school?
No. We
I was going to say,
went
Dr.
to,
People, is that a thing?
No.
That's just
We
like
went to-
cats were like the worst that we
went
got.
to-
I had a fetal pig and I passed out.
Oh no, we went to a place like I don't know where we went.
You
It
went
was-
to see an actual.
Oh,
we
did
had-
you see like
Bodies.
the bodies? What was that called?
Bodies exhibit?
maybe I don't. It was
Was
so
that-
long ago.
Like,
But,
ones that look like jerky?
No.
This is
This
like.
wasn't like a Fast Times Ridgemont High thing.
No.
Yeah, okay.
You saw an actual dead body in
We had
high
to, like-
school.
We had to like sign a lot of.
Of
papers.
course you
And your
did.
mom was like,
I
"Yes."
was like, dead people.
Guys, they just let high school students
No.
into a morgue to
So
poke
it was-
around? That
it was a
sounds
special-
wrong.
It was
Okay.
a special thing for the class I was in. I was in a biology class, and we were going over. We had like a crime scene chapter, and they were like, "This is like a cool experience, and like if you really are into it," and I was like, "Totally." Did not know I'd be bothered by dead people later in my
Yeah.
life. But yeah,
I
it
can't.
was great. I had a great time, and we learned all about like the.
And there was,
different
like,
crime scene
A
things.
mushy ass body sitting there in front of you?
I mean,
Was
if
it mushy?
I don't know.
I can only deal with bones. I like bones. All the bones.
I don't feel like it'd be
Do
mushy.
not want the soft parts at all. Take that as you will.
I love the conversations happening between the corpse review and
I
Lisa right now.
know. The lungs feel like angel food cake.
What? Who
Surprising.
just said that?
Dr. Lisa is killing it right now. Dr. Lisa, you're on
She's
every
one
week.
bottle in.
I love her.
Emily, I don't remember my teacher's name.
Oh my
Honest
god.
to goodness.
Lisa, the fetal pig, I actually did some of it, and I honestly passed out in the middle of it. I like fainted dead on the floor in my high school.
Oh, we never had to do that.
It's really gross, and it's a baby, so it's double upsetting. And I did not care for it. And I can talk about just about everything. I can read about things, I can research them to the end of time. And like I said, I'm bones everywhere, all day long, all the bones, give them to me. But I can't handle like soft tissue in any way.
So we know that the worst movie that I ever had to watch was
Snakes on a Plane.
Well, yeah.
no, I never watched that.
Okay.
But when I was 5, I had to watch Pet Sematary.
Oh, that's right. You were very traumatized by Pet Sematary.
And then when I was when I was in anatomy, they brought out the cat
Oh, no.
to dissect.
Oh, were you like?
I like started sweating. It was terrible. I was like, it looked just like it.
Oh, that's horrible. Oh no,
But I got through it,
Will.
guys. I got
What
through it.
happened?
Oh,
Are we out of champagne? We have another bottle.
it's leaking.
I thought you were going to say the worst movie you saw was Buckaroo Banzai that I made you watch.
Oh,
when I was-
you used to make me watch that all the time.
No, one time.
One time, and then I went to your parents' house, and you were like, "Look, we got it again. We got all the DVDs."
Guys, this conversation is fantastic.
Oh my god, the Body Farm is crazy.
Yes, I have watched the short documentary on the Body Farm. I find it as a concept very interesting. I could never go there myself because again, soft tissue makes me hit the floor. So, but Lisa, you can and the corpse review. You can tell us all about it. We are fascinated
Muscle
to hear.
World, wasn't it? No, what was it?
No, but the bodies exhibit. It's where
Yeah,
they all look like
bodies
jerky.
Is that what it was just called?
That I can handle.
Yeah.
Yes,
The
they're all
bodies exhibit?
I forget the
Everyone's jerky.
process. What's the process that the bodies exhibit is? Are they plastinate? What is it called? I can't remember right now.
Well, somebody's going to die in about a minute and a half.
I know, that's what I'm waiting for. I'm like, just tell me. Lisa, she didn't have to watch Pet Sematary. Her brother put it on and sat her in front of it.
And no, my brother and the babysitter.
Not me.
The babysitter.
The babysitter.
Who was the babysitter?
Not me.
Jacqueline.
Jacqueline. Ah, she's the worst.
Courtney was normally our babysitter, but Jacqueline came this time because Courtney had a date.
Well, Courtney,
She regrets it.
you
She
done
felt
fucked
real bad
up.
after. And it was her older sister, and she was like, Jacqueline didn't know. She
Mm-mm.
didn't know.
No, she didn't. People who dismember often are trying to spread body elements around, so they often aren't thinking consolidation. So no hefty bags.
Lisa also said that it was a government thing, so it wasn't flex. Because they didn't splurge for flex
Cheap,
bags.
cheap
The
bag.
government
And then
uses the
Emily
cheap
said-
trash bags. That's depressing.
And then Emily said 3 bags in a ShopRite.
Oh no! That's devastating.
For that.
Oh my god, I'm obsessed with
Just a
that.
head in a ShopRite
Yeah.
bag.
I mean, what else would you put it in?
I don't know.
But she did say reusable, so
Just wash it out, you know?
yeah,
I'm
eco-friendly.
dying. It's my dying wish to be tossed in the trunk of a Honda Civic and left in the sun for science. Lady Lisa of the Civic.
Honestly, you're my hero.
That's amazing. Plastination for the body exhibition. I was right. It was right there. I
Thank
just
you.
couldn't get it out appropriately. The bodies exhibition was awesome. I can do that one because they look like jerky. They're dried out. It's not, again, I can't handle squishy. I don't want any fluids. I don't even like wet specimens.
Who does?
I like diaphanized wet specimens. They are very cool, but I don't like
when she
just.
says that.
So we do have one, but it's really little. Diaphanized specimens are like you can. Okay, I'm gonna find it for you.
Oh, is that the little vial that's up there?
Yeah, this is a fish. I got it for Will.
Oh, cool.
So you can just see like the like what is it
Put your
like
hands.
the nerves and stuff are
I'll
dyed
walk pleasantly with it.
So I
Give
don't have
another-
the makeup.
Give another
There
macaron.
we go. So a goldfish.
Yeah, so that's
Oh, that's so cool.
they're dyed like pretty colors, so you can just see like some of the internal structure and the skin and stuff. The rest of the soft tissue is like clear. I don't know the exact process,
Oh my goodness.
but they're very cool, and I love diaphanized specimens. I'd love to have a
Oh,
bigger
that's
one.
So cool.
So yeah, that's like just a little little guppy guy. No, don't drink them. That'll be very gross. Anatomy and physiology in high school does sometimes include like cadaver lab experience. I am so shocked to find
I
that
know.
out.
We were, like, one of
Where?
the only classes that got to do it.
Yeah,
That's
that's
gotta be some AP shit.
That
Yeah,
is,
that's-
yeah.
No, I was. Listen, I still am real dumb.
you are not in any way real dumb.
But were
Get
you-
out of
I am
here.
not.
But were you in anatomy?
I wasn't in that.
That's like a. That's
oh my
like
god,
an.
it wasn't in. Oh my god, it was not high school. It was college.
Well, college I buy. I don't buy high school, but
Okay.
Corpse Review told us that does happen with some high school students.
Oh my god, why did I think that was?
But
high school?
anatomy is generally an elective class. Like I took that because I knew what I
Right.
was going for.
Okay, yeah.
That's not one that everybody
No,
gets
we-
into.
We went to. It was a really cool place. in Pittsburgh. It was in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
And Donna, my teacher.
Donna was like, "Let's go see a body."
Listen, I should know she has no social media, so I don't mind saying it.
Shade it
She was
up.
like she's crazy, but in the best ways. But she also refused to wear a bra, like no bra ever. So her nickname,
No bra Donna?
no, it was Donna Headlights. Because I know she.
Did
called
she have good tits?
Yes.
Well then, all right, Donna.
She called it herself. She's like, listen, people call
I'm
me Donna
Donna
Headlights.
Headlights.
And I was like, I love you so much.
That's
She
great.
used to play Bowie when we would take tests or when we would learn certain subjects, so that way we would like know. She'd play it back.
Love it.
But she took us to a cadaver, and like it was a crime scene thing, and they were like, "This is super cool," and it was a crazy anatomy class because we had to learn all of the like
It's nuts.
everything to sculpt it.
Oh, that
learn-
makes
yes.
sense. Now it's all coming together.
Definitely
It's all
not
coming
in
back
high
to you now.
It's all coming back to me now.
Leslie loves to sing so much. Gotta give her the window to do it. Oh no. Guys, this is great conversation. We're killing it tonight. I mean, as long as we're hanging out, we'll hang out.
Hanging out.
14.
I don't know.
I feel like I have to take this off.
Take it off.
Girl, take
It's
it off.
heavy.
I
It's
can't-
heavy. It's so beautiful. It's heavy.
Should we
Oh,
take
now you
our
can just, like, throw
wigs
it.
off and have our normal hair?
Here it is. Here's the birdcage moment.
I know. Oh, I'm not doing that. I'll take the wig off and take my wig
your
cap
pins on
off.
both sides.
Oh, am
Hold on,
I?
yeah, hold on.
Unpin me. Unpin me, John.
Oh, am I? Where am I? We're gonna take our wigs off.
Yours, I don't
feel
think.
it.
I think yours is just pinned right here.
But
I don't
I'm
know
gonna step out to take the
You're
wig
gonna
cap
do
off.
it. You don't want to show everyone what's happening.
No, I absolutely will not show everyone. I also have roller skating socks on.
which I'm obsessed with.
I mean,
I'll
I already
stand
feel
there
like I
and
look
crawl
silly.
through.
Should I put on my
I'm gonna
roller
do it.
skates? Is that what I'm doing now?
Ooh.
You're doing it. Oh
I'm doing
no.
it. Here's that.
Absolutely.
That's
not.
really
There,
pretty.
Nathan Lane. You got one up top.
Ooh,
My
ooh.
hair hat.
Should I just change my?
Yeah, just
God, you're
change
gonna
it.
be all of us now.
Here, Jonathan.
You just throw it in my box. I don't even care anymore. They just needed to get here in one piece. I don't care what they look like when I get home.
Oh, there it's real me.
Yes, hair.
I don't know why it's voluminous
Ooh,
now.
girl.
I know, it came out good. Now I'm a different kind of whore.
Yeah, now you're a 250.
You're back at the top mark.
You guys, that was my only goal tonight, was to get back up to 250.
Galleons.
Oh God, Dr. Lisa, I am also entranced by John's eyebrows and highlights. They look amazing always.
So I've been doing this thing where I draw my eyebrows on real high now because my brow cover doesn't work anymore. I don't know.
Do you need another glue stick? Is that the
No.
problem?
We got plenty.
I think I just missed my prosthetic adhesive that I can't get anymore because my shop closed down in Philly.
Oh,
Very sad. I went there one day and they just weren't there.
Dr. Lisa, if you want to find the corpse review, we did follow Friday them today on the We Would Be Dead account, so you can just click over there and you can follow them. They're great. I love your account. It is so fun.
mm-hmm.
So,
For
yeah.
sure.
Yes. Oh, now you look fancy as
Yes.
well.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know. We both look like we just had an experience. Oh, God.
It was
Look
a
at
nice.
Leslie's hair parted in the middle.
I know.
I'm very old, so mine is parted on the side.
Listen, there's nothing wrong with the side part.
I have to tell you something. Do you know what happens when I try to part my hair down the middle?
God, I'm so loud.
It doesn't stay.
Oh, my phone doesn't recognize me
It'll
this
never
time.
stay.
I just think that the trends change. So
Trends
they
are
were,
massive
our
makeup
parents
work.
used to do the
Oh
middle,
my
Mhm.
goodness.
and
Yeah.
then the side part happened. Actually, the only reason I started doing the center is because I like it when my hair is like waved.
Yes.
But then, and also because when I sleep, I was thinking like one side was getting thinner. So I actually just started doing the center,
Oh.
being like, okay, I don't love my hair parted in the center when it's like straight all the time.
Oh, okay.
It's like random when it looks good like that.
interesting.
But I do think I look older when it's like parted to the side, and then I look younger when it's parted down the center.
Yeah, I can try all day long to part my hair down the middle, and it won't work. So, what else are we talking about, guys? Are we done? I don't know. I'm just hanging out now.
Yeah, what's up?
You look like the queen of everything.
I know.
Clear something.
You're the queen of all of
I
it.
don't know what it is.
I don't know.
But I'm here.
But when we dismember a body for good, you're gonna be there.
I'm gonna have blades in here. That's how I'm gonna dismember the body.
Whoa.
I love that idea. You just like fan it out, and it's
Yeah.
all like knives.
Yeah, perfect.
Edward knife fan. Just saying.
I'm here for it.
I would watch that.
Like a C-rated, no, like F-rated movie. It's like really low down.
The F Squad.
That's something completely different.
The F Squad?
Here.
I think we talked about that a lot tonight, to be honest. Is it like the F train? Got it.
Yeah.
Ray said you're not old. I don't know who that's to, but it might be to us.
Oh, we're not. It's definitely to me. I'm the oldie.
We're not old. We're beautiful and young.
So young.
It's true.
Mhm.
So young. I'm just gonna own my age.
280, but
I'm immortal, so it's fine.
I
Whatever.
wish.
Side part skinny jeans and cry laugh emoji. Lisa, that's my whole life. Yeah,
I don't
that's
know what
100%
Gen Z
me.
decided that was the rule.
A
But
terrible person that just wanted to
think
make us
they're
hate
wrong.
ourselves.
But that's like
suited.
their thing.
Mhm.
Like, I'm not mad at them. That's their thing.
to call
They can do
millennials
what it.
old because we
We're getting older now. It's fine. I don't care.
She's so
I'm
much
not
more
angry about it.
well-adjusted than I am. I'm like, I'm not old.
They're getting to that age now. We're gonna be like, they're narcissistic assholes. Like, and we'll forget that we were.
No, we were. Everybody was.
Everyone at that point is a narcissistic asshole.
God. Except for the people who are here in their 20s. You are spectacular.
No, you are, and
And you
own
missed the
it.
curve.
Be a narcissistic asshole. That's how you make it in life.
Oh my goodness.
You have to own it.
You do have to own it. You're right.
I mean, you don't have to be an asshole, but you can be narcissistic because that's how you have like confidence. Just for a little bit, and then you'll get like mid-30s, and then you'll like calm
So
down a bit.
smattering.
You'll be like,
Listen,
oh, whoops,
I
sorry
missed
guys.
the confidence phase. That's my problem.
Yeah, I know.
Girl,
It was
same.
never. That's why I struggled a bit.
There's a phase?
There's a phase,
I didn't
and
get
we
that
missed
one.
it.
Oh no. That's terrible.
Wish I knew about that.
I know. I would have like tried to check in. How
Right.
do we still, are people still listening to this?
Yeah, we have 14 people.
Okay. I'm glad you're all still here for this part. You're welcome, Emily. You're the exception to all the rules, girlfriend. But
You the best.
Leslie wants you to own it, though.
Own it.
Own it.
Fucking own it.
Listen, I own that phase because I didn't realize.
That's how you
I
like
was-
make it up. That's how you become like a bajillionaire, and that's how
Again,
you
this
own
is
a
why
business
I
and
live in
You
a
know-
shoebox full of skeletons.
because you're like you have your what is it like you don't worry about people making fun of you or telling you like you can't do it. You're just like, yes I can. I'm like beautiful and 20. I can do whatever I want. You guys
right.
are old farts. And
That's
that's
right.
how they like get shit done.
why I live in a shoebox full
Yeah.
of skeletons.
Every
I didn't have
generation
that.
is calling the younger generation narcissistic. That's like how we work in life.
Leslie's breaking down
She
everything
is.
for us
Yeah.
right
The
now.
truth.
She's
Mhm.
dismantling society.
Mhm.
She's also empty. This is terrible.
That's why I'm breaking down systems.
Happy anniversary.
Narcissistic assholes drink all the champagne.
We
Yeah.
have another bottle.
Oh, we do. I didn't even open that one.
I
I know. That's why we were drinking.
Guys, I
Liam.
think I need another tattoo. What should I get?
Ooh, maybe
Our logo?
the logo or the Christmas skull.
Well, let's do Christmassy. I would get just the skull without the ornaments. I can't have Christmas all the time.
Why not? Your name is Holly.
I know, but I don't want to
You
be all
are
the time.
Christmas.
Yeah, but I have to fight that. Shoebox full of skeleton. Yes, corpse review. Look at my house. That's where I live.
But they're all so cool.
I have more skulls than you can see. I have more shelves.
Well,
How
use
small
the
are the
best.
animals in the shoebox? The biggest skull I have is Loki.
I'll bring him down in a second.
I'll bring him right. Yeah, Will's gonna get him. He's a Jacob's ram, I believe. Yeah, he has got the 4 horns. Actually, he has 5 because he has a little extra guy, and I'll bring him over to visit. My favorite friend is Clarence, who is in all of my videos. He's up there judging us right now.
He's great.
You're watching The Croods with your 3-year-old, Lisa. I just saw the newest one with our kids on Valentine's Day, and it's really funny. So you'll enjoy it too. Also, that's right. You're in California where it's not late.
Oh.
Yeah. Some people are in different places. Oh wait, go to Leslie first.
Grazie.
So fun.
I know, we're very fancy. Get a hippo? I would love a hippo skull. But like Ryan
Oh my
Cohn is
God.
the only person that has one of those.
They were talking about tattoos.
What's that too?
Yeah.
Oh, a hippo skull on my throat?
Yeah,
I
they're
have a
talking.
tattoo.
I know. I was gonna say, doesn't Will have one?
For a minute, I thought you might get a hippo
Is it a
skull.
hippo or is it a
Oh my
pit?
God,
It's a
how
hippo,
big is a
right?
hippo skull be?
They're very big. They're bigger than like this table. They're huge.
Oh my goodness.
So I
You'll
think
need a
Ryan Cohn
larger
has a picture of
house.
his on his Instagram. I'll have to find it. Okay. This is Loki's been in one of my What the Fridays, but this is Loki. We love him very much. He lives above my television.
Does he ever ask you to live deliciously, or?
That's black. I am living.
Yeah, you can just get that tattoo.
Right there. Just this.
Ooh.
This is
Yeah.
the tattoo.
That's the tattoo.
It's not.
That's
It's
good.
not subtle. It goes over my shoulders and out the window.
Oh, get it in white ink.
No, guys, I can't get a big tattoo.
Yes.
I can get a little tattoo. I also sit very badly.
Well, like, then don't ask us, Holly.
You can get a little one. Here, William.
Where's the beaver?
The beaver is over here.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Where's the beaver?
No,
Wait,
God damn it. No, that's a beaver skull. Unfortunately, in one of the moves around his front teeth, which are the best part of him, got chipped, so I have to re-glue them, which I can do, but I just haven't done yet. But yeah.
So needy.
I know, he is very needy.
Great, great. People are still watching.
Well, we're talking.
No, there's more. There's 15
I
more.
was gonna say, do you want to just see all my weird stuff? Is that what we're here for now?
I got the weirdest.
I have a lot. There's a deer skull that I like made pretty. I have two deer skulls. I have a gaff that's to Siamese ducks. I have a coyote skull with some crystals. I made this guy. Because Will found this one in the woods. So I like processed it and cleaned it and put all the pretties on it. So yeah, if you have a deer skull that you want beautified, just send it off to me. I got you. I got a rabbit skull over here that I haven't done anything with yet. That's from one of my daughter's friends found under a deck.
It was like, Holly, give this to Holly.
Yes, she was.
Miss Holly.
No. Well, no, Gray. It was Gray.
Okay, okay.
So she's like a good friend of our family, and she was like, wait, you know Ryan, the Corpse Review? I'm like a big fan of his. I've only met him at Odyssey's flea
We
market.
can just leave.
But he's
now.
amazing.
We'll just exit.
Oh, no, get out of here.
No, I want a Leslie reaction video.
No, it's a
no.
death mask. We have a
It's not
death
safe.
mask.
Oh, okay.
It's a death
It's a death mask. I have a death mask that Will got me for Christmas a couple years ago, and for me, it was too much to display, which is a lot for me. May or may not have a 3,000 Egyptian mummy humorous. I want to see your collection so bad. We need to be friends.
Okay, it's not a snake. Everything's,
It's
but
not
it's
a snake.
in like
It's-
a reptilian
I know, it's
box.
Oh,
not-
that's
it's not a
awesome.
That's a gator, though.
It
That's
is a gator. I
so
could
it's
do a gator. I could do a gator. I know how to run away from a gator.
So yeah,
Zigzag.
you get to watch Leslie look at a death mask now. We don't know how this person died. We had
Why do
we
you
have-
have this?
Will got it for me for Christmas, and then we asked Mike Zone about it. Yep, it's a lot. Then we asked Mike Zone about it, and he was like, "That's probably not a lot of. That's probably it's real hair. I can't touch it." Leslie's so upset.
You're done. You can show the audience.
Don't judge it. That's like skin?
No,
That's
it's
a
not
person's-
skin. No. That's a wax mold that they made it, and it's real hair.
Oh, that's
So
not
the
like a
hair part
person.
is real.
Oh, whatever. I don't want to touch the.
It's just a mold of a face. I didn't want to put it on a shelf per
Do
se.
you want it?
Thank you, Lisa. I'm a cool mom.
I can do it.
Okay.
I do have a lot of weird stuff in
This
my
is what they
house.
used to do with the snakes.
Nope. Will got it for me, and then he was like, what would be
What's up
fun?
with its mouth?
Well,
Look at
it's
its
dead.
mouth.
That's a dead. Their face is already dead
Looks
when they
like-
take that wax mold.
It's like drooping.
Because
Well, that's what
it's dead.
It's probably.
So.
It's supposed to have like some kind of medical malady.
Yeah, but there was nothing.
It's dry.
She's
That
got
was the
dry
other thing.
skin.
I got this, and I said, well, how did she? Don't put it on your face, Leslie. I said, how did she die? What happened? What do we have here? And Will was like, no. It's just this is a dead face. Got it on like Etsy. It's fine.
From Belgium.
It
From
comes with
Belgium,
a
yeah.
cool
Number
box.
43. This is the 43rd person that died in Belgium.
In Belgium, ever. Yeah. So
William. Why? I love that I call him William
I
now.
know. I because I do like things like that. But I
Ooh, that was
said,
creepy.
I don't know that I can put that one on my shelf without upsetting people. So, again, I like bones. I like skeletal remains, all kinds, all species. I don't like
Just not
anything
faces.
else. No, I don't want their face to be on it or any of
But
their
if you
soft
get a
tissue.
larger house, we can have a face room.
If I get a larger house, I want
A
a
whole
full
room?
skeleton.
whole room.
Faces.
No, I want a full skeleton.
And then
That's
you
the
can
dream.
walk in once in a while and be like, who will I be today?
Oh, a girl has no name.
The girl has no name. Oh, God. Oh. I don't know if I have anything else fun. I mean, I have other stuff, but they're. I don't know. I have a little ermine. I have like 3 muskrat skulls. I have a cardinal skull that my cat brought me. Well, he brought me the whole cardinal, but I left it under the deck and then I pulled it out and I bleached it and stuff. Don't bleach your bones. Peroxide. Sorry. But yeah. It's not Rattacasa Annie. And it's not the oh god, the French name for the one that's the most famous corpse face in the world. I wish it was. She's very pretty.
Oh, I was thinking about
See,
the
I
second
hate soft tissue, and I've taken like a webinar with for forensic anthropology, but I would only do the one that was just bones. So I can't handle it. That's all right. You got it.
I guess that's what I was used to the soft tissue.
Don't care for it. I
Poked
mean,
around in that.
I can like remove it. I
Poke around.
can clean bones when they don't have too much left on them, but I don't like a lot of it.
Yes,
Freaks
a
me out.
face room.
A face room. I know. Leslie really wants to. Don't bleach or peroxide. I was told to peroxide. How do I make them wait then? I'm not gonna boil them. That's worse.
It's racist.
I can't get whatever that is. Turkisime. I also want beetles, but like I can't just have domestic beetles in
Oh
my
God,
house.
yes, you can.
Can I?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait,
I'm
so
sorry.
here for that.
What's happening?
Domestic beetles are what you put what will eat the flesh off a thing.
Aren't they
So-
all pretty too?
No.
Oh, they're
And
not-
maggots.
no.
Don't maggots do that?
Never.
I don't think
Never.
I would
Oh,
want,
I hate
maggot
maggots.
farm, but
Woo! I hate them so much.
I mean, I love them, but
Maceration also very gory.
Oh, yeah.
Sean
but
does that. I know.
Sean does that.
I know.
He
We
showed
have a
it to
friend
me
that
and
does
I
it.
almost passed out.
It's graphic. I can't do that. Come on, man. I just said I couldn't deal with it. Simmer, boy.
Making soup.
You making a soup?
Get yourself a stew.
You making a dead boy soup? All right. I can't. It's a lot. But I will talk about everybody's weird collections for animals. Beetles will take weeks or months, and you have to take care of the colony. Exactly. I don't want to take care of a colony of beetles.
Oh, the youth girl.
your children would.
They might.
Oh my God, they would love that, wouldn't they? Do they
They'd
not
be like,
bugs?
we're taking care of beetles for mommy.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
That
They
for
would
the
eat
most
make
the
them
part,
out of
flesh.
school so fast.
Yeah.
that would make their rounds to school very fast. I mean, I already have children bringing me skulls. Where's my rabbit skull?
Under the.
Oh, under the diamond.
But it's too cute.
The rabbit?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the rabbit's a good one.
It's just a whittle guy.
Yeah,
Oh my
no,
God.
this-
9-year-old.
Yeah, this is what a 9-year-old brought me, although it was very dirty, and I cleaned them up.
You clean it up really well.
Thank you.
You clean up so well.
We clean up nice. My
With
little
peroxide
rabbit.
is apparently the wrong idea.
I know, I was told to do peroxide. The internet lied to me.
If it's working.
The internet and Ryan Cohn lied to me. We all have our strengths. There's stuff I can't handle. Yeah, Lisa, no maggots. They're the worst. Maggots won't really work, and you can't really do it artificially. I know. See, like, I can't. I'm just an amateur, you guys. I just do what I can. I just take things my cat murders and clean them up.
You have to water your beetles every
I
day.
can't be watering beetles every day. That's
But
a lot.
Violet can.
Violet totally.
Violet probably could.
And Flynn would remind her.
He would. And he would be like, I'm going to let him out. That's all that
What happened to the cat?
Where's
the cat
the
go?
pile of
And
bones?
why
There's the cat.
Why are the beetles so big?
Why are beetles so big? Whoops. Yeah, Lisa,
Oh, no.
sometimes I will come across, like when I'm looking at crime scene photos and stuff, because I do that for you all every week,
Just got
I will come across like photos with maggots or medical maggots, and it makes me so sick. I can't handle them. They're real gross.
medical maggots.
That's Leslie's band name.
Ooh.
Medical maggots. It's pretty intense.
I kind of wait. I love that.
Yeah.
New Netflix series.
Please put that one on,
Yes.
Kitty.
Oh.
please.
My cat just looked at the
I
wig
would just die if you,
when he was like,
just like
Winnie likes your ring light a lot.
oh, I'm glad.
She's
She can
staring
have
into
it.
it, into her,
She can have it.
into her cat soul.
Animals, if they want something from me, just take it.
She's named after Winifred
I
Sanderson.
know.
So, we have a Binks too. He's not, I don't know where he is.
He's upstairs.
Is he?
Mhm.
I'm surprised.
Yeah.
He's usually being a dick somewhere. He is. He's the alpha cat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he will fuck everybody up. When we put this on YouTube, we're gonna chop this whole end part off.
Can you do that?
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
edit it.
Mhm.
There's like an hour of us just being like, let's talk about beetles and maggots.
Let's talk about death, baby.
I'll talk about it all
Let's talk
day.
about you.
You want to tell me
and
about your
me
collections?
and medical maggots.
I don't want your medical maggots, but
Beatles every day.
Leslie's writing a musical.
I
Yeah.
will. Leslie's always writing a musical
Give me a
100% of the time. I know.
Give me a pen.
Oh no, she laid on the wig.
No,
Oh,
that was
she's
in her
taking a
spot.
shit on the way. Wait, is she laying on the face? Oh no, I thought
No,
that was the face.
Now she's cleaning her.
You know what? I have a
Mhm.
question for you. What did you ever do with the nipple belt? Do you still have
Oh,
it?
it's still in a box.
90% sure
Keep
she
it
still
there.
wears that nipple belt every day.
And every once it's actually in the box that the postcards are in, the We Would Be Dead
Oh.
postcards are in. So every time I take a new postcard out, it has touched the nipple belt.
So patrons, if you have a postcard with a fact on it, which I wrote out a whole bunch of them, do we still have them or do you need more?
We do. I took pictures in case I had to
Okay.
write them.
If you got a postcard with a murder fact on it, it also has touched Leslie's nipple belt
Yeah.
from our Halloween YouTube special, wherein she was Ed Gein's babysitter.
Can we say the nipple belt that belongs to Leslie? Because Leslie's nipple belt doesn't sit well with me.
Oh no, Emily, your neighbors can hear this through your wall. It's not.
Oh.
Yep, you're done.
Well, tell them they need to subscribe.
Yeah.
Medical maggots! That's what they can hear. You'll quickly become very sympathetic to lone maggots trying to crawl off, knowing they likely may not survive without your help. How dare you make me sympathetic to a maggot?
That's hilarious.
Leslie, I feel like you were so touched by that. And you'd be like, yeah, I do. Do you
right.
feel that way?
They need my help.
I'm going to draw a medical maggot. and
No.
I'm going to give it to
Somebody
you.
make us, we'll make
Hey,
buttons.
Here's a tattoo.
I am not
Oh
getting a
my
tattoo of a
gosh.
maggot. I do want another tattoo, but not of a maggot.
Okay, but you know that would go to medical maggot
Are standing beside me.
eating these bones.
No. Just the soft tissue. They eat the part I don't like. Maybe
Right.
they are my friend.
Some people get like the cheetah print on their foot, like a cute little cheetah print. You just get like little maggots.
I will 100% not be getting a maggot tattoo.
Missing out.
Though we might get a button with one on it. That
I
says
think we should all have like a fiend
medical
vote.
maggots.
There should be a fiend vote on this.
I will
On
not.
what kind of tattoo?
I will not get a maggot
you have
tattooed on me.
You have some input, but then like we also have input.
No, I have a
Just
lot of.
take her to the tattoo shop and tell them. We're like,
Destiny
this
will
is-
not do me dirty.
Yeah.
She will.
She's gonna
100%
ask for
won't.
this, but what
Destiny
she
will be out that
means.
day.
Destiny will be there that day, or I am not going. For those of you who don't know, I already have a quill and I have bats on my ankle. And I have a
Some
star on my
maggots.
hips. No maggots. Thank you.
It's freaking bad.
Yes, the nipple belt. How could anyone forget about Leslie wearing the belt of nipples?
It was so
The-
I feel like
John-
just bringing it into the house and like not even wanting to look at it and just like opening the little case. That
Can
was
you
in.
walk us through the process of making that? Did you cast your
Yeah.
own nipple?
No.
Are they your nipples?
No,
As
wish
I
could
hold
take
mine?
credit.
I sent
way,
him a picture
When you
of
opened
mine.
That case, that was a Pulp Fiction moment. 'Cause you
That
were
was-
like,
Yeah,
It was a silver case too. It was like a silver
It was
like
very
clasp
dramatic when
case.
I got here. So basically, I have a really long like
Nipple. Oh.
Actually, when it is.
Yeah.
Let me just get it
pull
out.
Like, no.
Oh, also, Emily, I'm not getting a nipple belt tattoo. But if you do, I'll cheer you on.
Emily, if you get a nipple belt tattoo, I would be.
And it
there.
needs to be high waisted,
High
so
waisted.
right here.
We need an on-pier waist for your
Yeah.
nipple belt.
Mhm,
We've
mhm.
talked about this.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Anyway, how did you make a nipple
So
belt?
I have a like a full body mirror,
Mm-hmm.
and it's on a stand.
Mm-hmm.
So I turned it sideways and I put two brooms underneath it so it would be flat. And I painted circles out of latex and then I would put a layer of tissue paper, and then circles, and then tissue paper until it was
Oh.
like thick enough to like pull up.
They look like real nipples.
Oh, thank you.
They
And then
They
I
do.
and then I added little wax nipples like onto the top, and then I put latex over them, and then I painted them in a frenzy because if I didn't paint them fast enough, I would have been late.
And they looked great though. I
They
think the
looked
frenzy
real.
was
Yeah,
perfect.
although it did break like 4 seconds before the cameras went
It
on.
was
and we just had
surprisingly
to, like,
delicate.
Pin it,
It was
yeah.
very delicate.
Mm-hmm.
I had to pin it.
Yeah.
Leslie had a nipple belt. I had a sucking chest wound. It was a great Halloween.
Yeah.
Was
It was a fun
If
time.
you're not watching our YouTube stuff, you're missing out. How are our children doing up there?
I don't know.
I hear them.
That's fine.
Who
They're
cares?
watching New Bluey.
They're fine.
Oh, okay.
Aw, Bluey.
Bluey, so cute.
New Bluey.
Nice.
So veto on the nipple belt and the maggot tattoo. Although I'm into anything bones, I will get any of the bones tattoos, which is surprising. I don't have any kind of skeletal tattoos
Ooh.
on my body right now.
I think you should get the cat tattoo
The cat skull.
with like the flower. Yeah, I think you should
Yeah,
get
get
it.
our logo.
That would be fun.
Maybe I'll get it on my other wrist.
And
Or, like,
and
here.
Lisa could do it.
It's true.
Yeah,
Maybe. See,
that might be nice. I know you have somebody, but
I do like the person that did my last tattoo a lot. But we'll see.
oh, I think there's a rival there.
It's not my fault. I didn't do that. It didn't hurt at all. Someone who gave me a tattoo with needles on my body that didn't hurt, like, that's a winner. Yes, Bluey! Corpse Review, you also are a fan. Bluey is the cutest cartoon to exist on planet Earth.
It was super cute.
Oh my god, I love
I didn't know it until I was here one night, and then they were like, put it on the background. I
Oh
was
my
doing
God,
work,
it's
and
so
I just like
cute.
slowly looked over, and I was like, it's so cute. They have like little accents.
Oh my god, they're Australian.
Yeah.
And
Love that.
they're healers. They're like cute little dogs, and they have the most creative
Oh, my
parents in
God,
the
that's a
world.
healer.
Mhm.
I'm gonna have a healer. I mean, we're gonna have a healer. We have no choice now because our children saw them and they now
They're-
want one really
10
bad.
out of 10 recommend. They're such great dogs.
Okay. Get a tattoo of a septal aperture. Osteo people will be blown away by it. I need a picture. I have to look it up now. I don't know what that is.
But then we're gonna like lose you to osteo people.
Lose you to osteo people. Get out of here. Oh. What? Okay.
Vacation.
I'm looking at it right now. I'll post a picture.
Good night, Lisa.
Good
Thank
night,
you for
Lisa.
hanging.
Bye.
Have fun on your road
Oh
trip.
yeah. Oh no. Something just fell upstairs.
Ladies' night, and we're feeling right.
Maggots night.
No, it's not maggot night. Get out of here.
Oh, it's so fun.
And the Beatles are coming.
How do I just isolate that part? I don't know how I would just get that. Is it like the little
Looks
hole?
like the joint part.
Yeah, the pictures I'm seeing are all of a humerus.
Ew.
So you have to tell me if so humorous. What I would focus on. Good night, Mother Lisa. Good night, Dr. Lisa. Good night, Moon. Wait, 12 o'clock and all is well.
Oh my.
You did it.
I did
that
do
was
it.
perfect timing.
I saw it, I
They're
was
gonna
like,
be a
"Oh."
minute late, but like it's fine.
12:01 and all is well.
There's 12 of them here.
It is well here. It's not awful.
Yes.
It could be other places.
Very true.
Don't get me stuck in an accent.
No, get stuck in an accent.
Like when I was Charles Dickens.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh yes, I was Charles Dickens for a while. A lovely
Was
time.
that during the Christmas live?
No, it was during the Eastern State one.
Oh,
Because
that's
Charles
right, that's
Dickens
right.
went to Eastern State Penitentiary and was like, "This is appalling." He wrote at long stuff about it
You need to
because
go
there it
there.
is. Because Charles Dickens was paid a penny a word. So if you think like that's just wordy, that's why, because he was getting more money.
Oh.
You could just fade out the bones. It's a foramen in the distal humerus that allows for hyperextension of the joint. What people think. Oh, my daughter is very double jointed, so that's actually appropriate. So
I did this for my daughter.
It's a bone.
Yeah.
It looks like
It's a
desiccated
bone.
scrotum.
there is no what? You're fired. I'm not getting a scrotum on my body.
That's what it looks like.
I hate it. No.
Yeah.
Scrotum awareness.
Scrotum awareness. I don't think we need awareness for that.
No.
I think we all know.
We're aware.
We're all well aware. It's fine. No worries.
Never heard of one.
I'm just gonna keep drinking.
Alright.
I think Leslie should also get a tattoo.
No.
I knew you were gonna be like,
Very quick.
No.
but like,
I thought about this the other day because I was like
so you get
very
some maggots?
during my narcissistic stage.
Yeah.
I was very much about a tattoo, and then I was like, let me just get through this phase, and then see if I still want it.
How do you know when you're going through a phase, though?
don't
I think you
know.
just have to know that you're in your
think
20s.
You have to be as self-aware as Leslie, which only Leslie is.
Right.
So
That's what I was told in 6th grade.
I want an Ursula tattoo really bad.
You
But
should get one.
I hate needles.
Oh, I hate needles too. It's very different.
I know. I feel like, but I also hate pain.
Yeah, same. I
No, but
sit
the pain
poorly.
happens, and then you start to enjoy it.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't enjoy any of the pain. My ankle, when I got my ankle tattooed,
People
it
get
was
really
vicious.
addicted to
I
it
don't think
You
I
what?
can.
What I
because
like,
you have your endorphins kick
It's
in,
the
so you start
afterwards.
getting like happy and everything,
No.
and then you get addicted.
Strange.
It's like when you eat chocolate after something. It's
I can
like
get behind chocolate.
For me, it was the afterwards. When once you're done and they like saran wrap you up and you leave, you're like, I feel fucking invincible. I feel great. Like the afterwards is the best feeling in the world. When I got my tattoo in Salem, my artist was like, you should eat something and go get a cocktail and like live your invincible life. And I was like, yes! So we went and we like got a meal. We walked all over town. I was like, I am amazing right now.
That's awesome.
And because I hate both pain and needles
Yeah.
so much, I feel so powerful when I get them.
Right.
It's like awesome. So I'm ready. No, Scrota, we're already aware. I know, Dr. Lisa, we are so aware. We don't need that. It's fine. No worries. William!
Oh no.
Lisa Haney left too. But I mean, if somebody's gonna get a maggot tattoo, it could be you.
It's small. I'll do it.
It's like a little tiny maggot.
You really gotta stretch those words out, by the way. You gotta say
Not MAGA, maggot.
tattoo.
I know.
Oh.
None of us are any MAGA people at all. That's not. This is a house of extremely liberal people.
Oh.
I know, he's gone. We don't think about that anymore. Bye.
Who?
Who?
I don't know. Uncle Joe's here now.
Joey.
Uncle Joe and then ubiquitous cousin Nikki. It's the same thing. Nikki's not here. I'm sad.
She was here.
Was she?
Where'd she go?
I don't know. I don't think she's here. She hasn't talked at all. Nikki is my cousin.
Remember she was here. I remember yelling Nikki at the beginning.
Yes.
Oh, this was during the
Nikki, yeah.
She was here?
She was
Okay.
here. She toasted.
She gets sleepy
And then she said a
sometimes.
cousin to all.
She is a cousin to all.
And then she went away.
she vanished.
we have like a handful of our fiends that are helping us with marketing and stuff, and Nikki's one of them. She's my cousin, and one of the other people in our little group was like, "Well, you're just everyone's cousin now." So, so when you see Nikki Mills, that's your cousin too.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
If you don't have a cousin, you do now.
Now you do. Cheers.
Oh my.
Dr. Lisa said, "Yes, get your Ursula tattoo."
Do it.
I had my friend. She designed
will
it. She's
hurt-
a tattoo
hurt
artist
like a
now. Oh my god,
motherfucker.
I know, and I want it in full color.
Where do you
too.
want it?
On my calf.
Get it.
Bless.
Because then
You
you can
will?
like move it, right? With your calf.
No, so it's like.
I like that thought. It's like just
If I can
undulating.
find
Yeah.
If I can find it
I hate
before-
that word.
Undulating. I like that one.
She also said yes, Leslie, and I think that was also in reference to a tattoo. So you should get a Leslie tattoo.
I will get both of you tattooed.
Like this.
Yeah.
Good. Somebody get that tattoo. I'll be the happiest girl. It's all good.
Oh, here it is.
Oh, that's so cool. You should get that.
But I also
100%.
I want her to be putting on red lipstick now instead.
You have to show.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Oh,
Mm.
show the
Not
folks.
sure if you can see that.
Show the fiends. Here we go. Put your hands behind it. Oh, I
Okay.
can't.
There
I
you go.
know.
So she's like in a mirror, and it's really cool. I love it.
It is really cool. And you want that on your calf?
Yeah. I don't know why, but that's where I was like,
Feel
that's
that-
not
that's
gonna
Don't know why. It just feels right.
Well, so I want to get out
Forearm
of
will
all
hurt
shows I've
less.
ever been in, I want to get a Brigadoon tattoo.
Because
here.
Brigadoon, you're all very attached
Yes,
to.
and
I know.
it's a terrible show, but it was a great experience.
Best osteo tattoo you can get is a sphenoid. Okay, that one I would get. I like the shape of that bone. That I get.
Wait.
It's like at the base of your skull, right? Your sphenoid bone?
Sphenoid, is that a process? Sphenoid process?
I don't know.
There's a synoid process.
Isn't there one up here too? Which is what breaks during
That's your
Oh,
hyoid.
that's your hyoid.
I should get a hyoid bone. That's more of a crime bone.
You should just get it tattooed.
I'm not gonna get it tattooed. In
That
its
way they
place.
know exactly where.
No, but that is a good idea. I definitely want a bone tattoo. A little one.
Oh, yeah. Sphenoid bone. Ooh.
No, the sphenoid bone is cool looking.
Will. It rules.
The rules! Not base, it's in the middle. I'm sorry. I knew it was part of your skull and I know what it looks like in my head, but I couldn't place it where it goes. I'm just like an amateur. I try.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Behind the eyes.
See, that's cool. I like that. That is definitely in the mix. So is your hyoid, the hyoid bone. I like that one. That's all the strangle cases have it.
Or you can get the rib cage, the flowers.
I love
That's such a cool
I like a
idea.
rib cage a lot. The hyoid is the base of the tongue, isn't really actually too often a crime thing. Only 1/3 of manual strangulation. So hyoid fracture per the research. Yes, but from what I read, and I could be wrong, you probably know better than I am. Like 100% of broken hyoids are strangulations. Probably not 100%. It's probably less, but like
98.
there's like a balance of those figures.
Per the research.
From what I read, I mean, I could have read wrong. Obviously, you know better than I do. Leslie, good job.
Thank you.
Check the research.
Just pulls out a giant book.
What if you had like a flow chart? You were like, well, that would be so good.
Scroll, just throw it.
There it is.
Love
Yeah, that's
that.
cool. I would totally get that.
Oh, you could
Absolutely.
have
Ooh, it
that.
looks like a
The
butterfly.
It does look like a butterfly.
That's like that test. What's that? Psychology.
Oh, like a Rorschach. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, but that's awesome. Good recommendation, Corpse Review.
Done and done. We'll book it
It's
tomorrow.
on this forearm. That's where it's going.
No, right here.
Right in the back. It'll be angel wings.
Oh.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. You could.
That's not where that bone goes.
It's
so weird.
Yes, it is. What are you talking about? If you got like an anatomy thing of like a bat wing or something like
Oh
that.
yeah,
like,
I
that
love
would
my,
be really
I
cool.
actually do have a lot of the little flowchart things. That's the skeletal system. I have some other ones, you know.
I like your
stuff.
botany ones over here.
Yeah, I need one more because the skeletal system was in the middle, but it looks better here.
It looks great there.
So I had to move it. Blunt trauma and such. Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
We often teach it to students as thinking of it as looking like a butterfly. It does. I'm on board for that. I don't think Dr. Mann's class taught about either one of those. That's the only skeleton class I took.
Yeah, because it's all up here.
Well, he did all the bones. Yeah, well, he talked about skulls and how you like show like ancestry and gender and stuff, but agreed, Dr. Lisa. Bones are super beautiful. I am on board. It's the other parts that I do not care for.
The squishy part.
I don't like the squishy parts. It's true.
Well,
I know. I think we've done the thing.
I think we did
I
it.
think we did all of it. Does anyone have any last remarks before we sign off? This has been super fun. Thank you for
Yeah.
hanging out for like an extra hour and just talking with us.
Yeah.
We'll have to do more where we're not prepared and we just talk to people. Not that we were prepared tonight. We obviously both had very complete stories.
I worked real hard. Your story was wild.
I
was
know!
like,
It was super wild. I just kept going.
There was a lot of like.
I read it and I was like, oh, this never stops.
yeah.
There just keeps, and it gets more
I was just
dramatic.
like, a poor girl made some dumplings.
She just wanted to make some bread.
She was really excited about those poor dumplings.
Listen,
And that was the day her husband decided to try to kill the family.
can we be honest for a minute? I've never wanted dumplings more.
Guys,
I want
will make you
dumplings.
dumplings.
Right now.
Right now? Can you make that?
Alright,
How long
no,
does it
let's
take?
this wig off. Like 20 minutes. Stop now.
Damn, let's make some
Right.
dumplings.
I know I do have to get over the squishy
We're out of
parts. I
flour?
can't. Oh, they're the worst.
Or I'm going to the store.
Damn.
Fortunately,
Right.
what I am actually studying in school is forensic psychology, not forensic anthropology, so I won't have to deal with either one of them. So that's fine. But you can, and tell me all about it, because I like to hear the words but not see the squishy parts. Or pictures. I'm fine with pictures. I can't be like in their presence. I can't like squish things.
Except dumplings.
Except dumplings. I will eat all the dumplings. I love them
Now squish
so
them
much.
dumplings.
Squish those dumplings. It's fine.
And now I want to know what kind of dumpling she was making. Like,
She
if
made them.
anyone-
It was all flour, milk, and yeast.
We love you, fiends. We love you so much. Thank you for tuning in tonight.
And they came out dark and dense
Yeah,
Let us-
toast.
and arsenic.
We have to toast. Oh,
Oh.
shit! So I'm not going to toast to anybody else but us tonight because this is our 1 year anniversary. So I toast to We Would Be Dead, to John, to all of our fiends who came tonight and who stayed and who chatted and had a great time. We toast to you. Toast. Hold up whatever you're drinking. Give us a toast. If you were here tonight and you have a cocktail and you want to post a picture of yourself in our Facebook board toasting, we will love to see it. So, and if we can do this, and you're gonna have to say it with.
Wait, I also want to toast the napping girl. The sleeping girl in your story,
Oh.
the 14-year-old sleeping girl.
I said nobody else, and you're like, wait. All right, toast to the napping girl and the guy in the bed sheets because he was good.
Yeah, and then Eliza.
Okay, so toast to them as well. And if we were living in a very shady part of town in the Regency era, we would be dead. Will, you gotta turn us off.
I was waiting for you to say bye.
Bye.